to develop. I can definitely tell she is into him. It seems like we may like the same men. So it just let me know, bring your A game. And I'm going to give the best.
Yeah. I'm so hungry right now.
Serious.
What?
My mic decided to go out there. There's an art and a skill to how you want to ask somebody for financial, packages. You don't just come out and just ask it when you haven't got no emotional investment. You know what I mean? So, hey, look, we're gonna have a good conversation today and break down a few different things today as well. Okay. So sit tight. Let's get involved. Let's break down some ready to love stuff. And let's join in the conversation. If you're in the chat, listen, leave a comment as well. Get involved with the conversation as well. Just to let you know, in a few minutes, it will go to members only when I get the super panel on as well. So if you want to continue being a part of the conversation and the chat, make sure you guys are also a part of the membership. It's £1, it's $1. I've made it cheap so you don't have to break the bank. Okay, all right. I ain't gonna try to manipulate you with the starving kids in Africa. Okay, all right. No one's starving. Make sure you sign up to the membership. It's £1, $1, and the $sign just below the chat will allow you to join in the festivities. All right, let's get into this. Let's break this little thing down because there's a lot of different things that were happening in this episode that I think were quite intriguing. If you watch my individual breakdowns, you already know there were some key things that happened as well. So let's just quickly break some of the things that happened here. We had obviously Christine and Chris.
Bro, I would say I'm grateful that I was able to go through that hardship because it humbled me. Chris and I have such a great connection when it comes to our upbringings and being able to relate to one another. He definitely made me feel like he was into me, even though there was another really beautiful woman around.
I'm happy.
Now, here's my thing. Christine, obviously, we know that was asking the man them for money. She asked Devon, Christine, she had Devon, Chris, and she asked Bella. And I think this is really important because I think Christine is misunderstood because she she presents herself incorrectly. She spoke to us earlier on in the season about how she had been around all the ballers and the musicians, and the men, and all they ever wanted really and truly is to be possessive. And I think she's picked up some bad habits. I think Christine there has picked up some really bad habits from being around some of these men who are very possessive. I think she's felt very powerless in the environments that she's been in around these men. And what she's done to try and equalize the table is, well, if you're going to make me feel powerless in these environments where the men seem to have more power in the music industry, then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it transactional. You're going to pay to play. And I think she's picked up some of these bad habits. And so when she's connecting with men now, right, she doesn't know what's genuine and what's not genuine anymore, right? Because she's still got almost like the PTSD from being in that environment with men who had more power than her in the dynamics between herself and her in that music space. I mean, that's my own personal thought. But she had a conversation with Chris, and so that Chris actually began to see her. And I think this is really important because when we talk about emotional connections, what turns you on, what turns you off, having somebody that can actually see you and understand you is powerful. And of course, for everybody, it's different. There are different things that make you be seen and different things that make you feel understood. For her, something that Chris was doing, which was asking questions about her, made her feel seen. Now, I, from my perspective, think there is an attachment issue here. I think she might be a bit of a fearful, avoidant individual person, right? And so being seen is somebody who can have a level of depth and intelligence and conversation that goes beyond the surface, that asks questions about her and actually seeks to understand the why of her. And I think that's difficult when you've presented yourself as such a hard nut and you've presented yourself transactional. You're creating monsters on the other side to also be transactional with you. Chris obviously didn't do that. So that's probably why we saw more with her as well.
I'm happy to have you. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I want you.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What about me do you?
Now let me tell you about these two. Let me tell you about these two. Okay. So with Christina, with Dominique and Devon, I found it interesting, and I'll tell you why. Because Devon cracked first. when I say Devon cracked first, when he said I like you and I want you, there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, in the right dynamic, that's a winning play. Let me put it in other terms. You know, when you're playing college football, there are certain plays that are top plays, but then you get to the NFL and that top play is actually at the bottom of the list. What do I mean by that? In this situation with Dominique, she has the power. She's the one that's choosing because she has multiple interests. But not only that, because Devon's already shown that he's impatient with the seduction. And because he's impatient with the seduction, it has shown me that he actually is in a less favorable position between himself and Dominique. She has the power. So now he's confessing that I want you and I like you. And it's not in a case of, you know, I want you, I like you, and he has a power. It's more of a case of I'm trying to accrue more power in this dynamic between me and you. So me telling you I like you is that me telling you that I like you actually isn't a winning play here, because Dominique's like, see, now what Dominique's going to do is she's going to fish. She's going to fish. Okay, she's going to fish. Listen a bit. Listen.
What?
Oh, everything.
At this point, my connection with Bello is pretty intense, but I want to pull back some layers with Devon.
Thank you for letting me meet your mom too.
On FaceTime yesterday.
Yeah.
If you FaceTime.
Okay, so interesting here as well that she said obviously that, you know, it's a very intense with Bello, but she has allowed him to meet her mother. So there is some hope for Devon in this situation because he's met the mother. Maybe, or it could be a ruse. Okay, because one thing about game players is that they know how to game. Okay, so in order to keep you on the hamster wheel, she gives you a little bit, right? She feeds you a little bit, which is she gives you a little bit to chomp on and to bite on. This is what we see as breadcrumbing. And so actually what you don't recognize is when people are doing this, they're feeding you a little bit by little bit, hoping that you'll keep up the trail and that will keep your attention. If Devon pays attention, he might recognize he's not getting the same level of interest that Bello's getting. And it's not because he's done anything bad, it's just because of the way she views him. Okay, all right. Now, what's more interesting is when she asked him, "What do you like about me?" Did you notice that he didn't have an answer? And I'm gonna say this again. A lot of times, people, don't actually like the person. They don't actually like the person. They like what the person represents. Remember, I've told you about Dominique, that she is a siren, right? The siren is sensually and sexually free. They are they're very feminine and very alluring, okay? And this attracts all types of men. Now, Devon being an intellect, because he's in the academical field, him being an intellect, this is a very attractive. That's why he would like Dominique more than he would like Nicole, even though Nicole is actually his age mate. Sorry, he's actually his playmate. He really should be with Nicole, but because he's now getting an opportunity to be sexually free. One thing that people don't recognize is that in this society, a lot of us are actually shackled. A lot of us are very much shackled. And what happens is when we are in scenarios where we meet somebody who's free in a particular area, it also entices us because finally we're going to use them vicariously to live through to be more free. They're going to pull something out of us that we never really do. Okay, so Devon's intrigue for Dominique is that the allure of that feminine energy, that feminine aura, that ability to be sensual, to be sexy, and it pulls another side of him, a gamer, a player, it pulls out something more than him in that space, right? And so for me, I look at it and I'm like, okay. We're seeing what's happening with this scenario with Devon. He's getting drawn in by the siren song, but he needs to recognize that the siren isn't playing the song to try and make him win, but to actually lose. He doesn't know why he likes her.
I mean, you're liable to meet anybody in my family because I'm always with my family, my kids, my mama, my daddy, my brothers. I mean,
Would you ever consider adopting?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that I am a dope enough person to do that because what was taken from me, it was, pretty painful.
Now, I hear it, but listen, him adopting, let's be honest, you want children, bro. You got to lock it off. You don't want this thing because you want children. You're gonna self-betray yourself, and it's going to cost you. You want children. So this whole adoption, would you consider adoption, brother? You haven't even considered adoption before you got onto the show. So what we're gonna consider abduction just because. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is what I'm gonna say. Like, he may not know this, and this is what I'm gonna say to you about kids as well, right? And tell you about this. As not kids, tell you about what people will do for people they actually like. You notice that with Dominique, she said in the last video that she spoke to Bello, and when she was saying to Bello, Bello was saying about who wanted kids. Okay, you know, spoke to her about having kids. You notice that she said, okay, he said he wanted a son, and she said, you deserve a son. Now, when a woman starts saying you deserve a son, trust and believe she honors and respects that man. She, at the moment, she honors and respects Bello so much. So the fact that, you know, that she said, okay, let me tell you the real story behind about kids, because he said, oh, would you do a surrogate, right? Let me tell you the real story. It's because I'm not sure if I can actually carry kids. Now, I'm sure she probably told Devon the same story, but in this scenario, we never heard it again. We never said about it, right? In terms of her saying, not that she didn't say it, but almost in the sense of she was trying to let Bello know so that she almost doesn't lose him. In this instance, she's not telling him to lose him. Now she's telling him to test him. It's a very different energy. It's energy that I'm feeling, not rather than actual what's being said. It's the energy. She's telling him to test him. And I feel like he was willing to bend the rules just for her. And normally, again, this works when the person you're in a relationship with or talking to actually isn't got a power dynamic with you. But when they got a power dynamic with you, this don't work. It looks like you're not being true to yourself rather than being compromising. Okay, I don't want to talk too much about this one because I already spoke about this on a separate video.
Real last answer. Not gonna call your answer weak, but you didn't get one.
No, I did give an answer.
Nope. You responded with, oh, you know, I didn't even see this.
You said that you felt like you wanted a massage in the morning. I didn't get the message till 3 p.m.
Do you think that I couldn't get a massage?
Christine, what happened? Let me tell you what happened with Christine. She's heavy-handed. Christine is heavy-handed. I don't know if she has had this level of gameplay before where she has competition and maybe that threw her off her game, but this was very heavy-handed. It was clumsy. It was two left feet. It was a ball in a china shop. It was very, 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 in my opinion, very much so off brand. She thought she was playing, okay, and the way she came off was aggressive. Nothing about her was tasteful or, you know, anything about it was sweet. Anything about it was enticing. Anything about it was really anything that was like, I mean, looking at and going, oh, look, like, you know, this really looks like, you know, you're seducing him. She couldn't do it. And I don't know if it's a pressure of the fact that Bello's got a better connection with Dominique. I don't know if it's because she felt some type of way about Dominique being a competition. But that level of attack that she brought into Bello, oh, baby girl, it was not a good look. It was not a good look at all. And the pressure got to her in the game, and she fumbled. She fumbled because why are you telling that man how many the two other guys who you're talking to and saying and asking them the question? Why are you telling the ladies as well that you done tested these men? I said, man, unless you want to be out the show on purpose, or maybe you're somebody who doesn't think very well. Sis, this is not gonna bode well with you. It's not gonna bode well. You know, scolding that man because he didn't give you his money is crazy work. It's crazy work. Okay. Let's have a look.
I'll play some cricket.
Okay.
Have you ever played?
Never.
Do you know what it is?
It's kind of like tennis, right?
Tennis, baseball, Greek life. I mean,
Okay, so Nicole and Devon had their little date with playing cricket, and I thought it was quite interesting. I was looking at it and I was like, I hope Devon is opening his eyes to see the truth. Nicole is your level, my guy.
you know, we can do this thing together.
That's core to who I am.
I do think that we have a lot in common. We share a lot of similarities. And if nothing else, I know we got a good time together. I'm excited to see like where this goes, and you know.
Now he looking at her like a tasty piece of meal, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I hope that he recognizes Nicole is his level. I hope he recognizes that Nicole is somebody that he needs to be going after. That's his level. Okay, that's his level. Nicole is his level. I won't lie to you. Okay, she's a very wholesome, you know, she's a very kind, caring, loving woman. That is a wife right there. But Devon's not looking for that. And that tells me that Devon hasn't had enough or hasn't been able to explore freedom very well. What I mean by that is, as men, when we're looking at situations, right? We are basing it based upon how we feel, what woman makes us feel. Dominique makes him feel alive. I get why he wanted to be Dominique. She charges sexual energy in him, sensual energy. She charges the masculine energy in him. Nicole brings a more caring and nurturing feeling, and that may not elicit the same response. So I get it, right? Dominique is exciting, whereas Nicole is very much like, she's pretty, she's cute, she's lovely, she's beautiful. These are all great synonyms, but doesn't necessarily spice him. And the reason being don't spice him is because you have to match him intellectually to make him spiced, or two, you have to have artillery that he doesn't have. Now, you know, he's got a little bit of game, but when he met Dominique, we saw how Dominique's game was. I'm not just trying to big up Dominique. It could be anybody. Once they've got that ginger and that spice to do so, it would work. But I think Devon's looking for that because there's a repression within himself that he's not been able to express. And oftentimes, a lot of men who are in an academical field, who are very intellectual, they're very much rigid because there are boundaries to academics. There is lines you can't go outside of. You have to be very rigid in that space. And when you meet someone like Dominique, it frees you from that space. Nicole is not about to pull him out of that space of rigidity. Nicole's not about to. She's about to love you for who you are and how you are right now. She's about to make you stay exactly where you are, because she loves you for who you are. But with Dominique, it's going to force you to come out of that space. You're going to have to be more sensual. You're going to have to be more exciting. You're going to have to be more exploratory, because that energy immediately pushes you out there. We don't get that from Nicole. That's not bad. That's not to say that Nicole is bad. It's just to say there's different energies that are pulling in that way as well. Okay. But he was looking at her like cupcake. He going to eat her up.
What happens in this journey? I think the date went really, really well. We surprisingly had a lot in common, and I feel like
them or something that they feel comfortable sharing with the group.
So I know that everyone brought their personal item, and I think that we should all share them. I'll go first.
Okay, so I actually love this date that they had. I think this date was really, really cool. Shannon decided to have a party, and in that party, everybody got to share what was important to them. And I thought that was a very insightful, deep, well orchestrated party, because I think it really allowed for the men to be more vulnerable. It allowed them to show a different side, but it also spoke to us about Shannon herself. The fact that she came out of that idea just shows a level of depth and emotional, probably intelligence as well. And so seeing her introduce that idea to the mandem and them engaging with it, we saw how Darius was breaking down. We saw Xavier talk about his situation. We saw the ladies talk about theirs and really open up about their experiences. It made you realize, oh, people have got so much more depth. People have got so much more to understand, so much more to find out. And it was a really, really good idea and well executed as well. So it really opened them up in a unique way. So without asking for vulnerability, it was very vulnerable. Okay. Oh,
I mean, it makes me happy.
This is a dilation wheel.
Don't ask, man.
okay.
I spent 10 years coaching dance when I retired.
So she's 20 now, so I still have this outfit. My mother used to actually sew my clothes for me. She ended up passing away in 2012. So
now in this particular space, Donna, Donna, hey Donna, thank you for not judging that man, because baby girl, we are tired of you judging people. Okay, Donna been doing the judging with Darius. Donna done did the judging with Xavier. I mean, Donna, I need you to quit the judgments. Okay, so stop talking about these judgments. Okay, but no, Donna got to see another side of him, and I love that, because Donna was able to be open more. She was able to really understand more about who Darius was, right? And who the other guys were as well. And it just allowed for them to really bond in a very unique way. And I think that's always powerful when you get to bond because you've opened yourself up and shared something that could potentially be painful or harmful towards you if someone used it against you. It's such a wonderful experience when you guys come out the other side and everybody shared a deeper part of themselves. You get more acquainted with that person. You get more understanding of that person, which begets more empathy in the first place, right? So I love that as well.
I got my passion for fashion from my mother. Oh, man.
Yeah. She lives on.
Oh, man. Hold on. Give me a second.
Seeing Darius be vulnerable about his mother, it actually just confirms.
We might finally get a chance to talk tonight.
Okay.
I know.
Every time we're about to have a conversation, we get interrupted.
Now, I don't know what's going on with Xavier and Donna, but you know what it is? Two intellects, academical intellects meeting face to face. It looked like Donna wanted to give him a little bit of action, not in a bad way, not that way, but action in terms of she wanted to give him a chance to really prove himself. And clearly, I don't think Xavier was interested in terms of looks wise. I don't think he was. But she seemed a little bit excited talking to him, not in a bad way. Again, in a really cool way. She looked like she wanted to really get to know him, really understand him. But it just didn't cook. It didn't cook. It really didn't cook.
Chance to sit down and have a conversation with Donna is a long time coming. I definitely have some interest, so I hope we have a great conversation that would allow for a deeper connection.
So do you feel like you've made a connection?
With a couple people I have.
So Xavier, Xavier got deeper, a little bit deeper with Donna, but again, we still didn't get below the surface with Xavier. He's obviously a very slow burner in terms of opening up. In this process, you can't do that. Okay, you will be out, as we saw. Right, the slow process, slow burner stuff. I hear it, but you on a show for dating, you can't move that slowly, my guy. You're on a show for dating. There is none of that slowness that you're doing. You're gonna have to speed it up. And so with Xavier, I saw him kind of moving away. That I'm like, okay, you're very cerebral, and I think you're looking for your cerebral giant and a compliment. And so I don't know if any of the ladies have really got that same intellect or same bandwidth for the intellect in some way. So I think that's what he was looking for. He's looking for that spark, and he just never really found it, to be honest. We never really saw it. Maybe the girl that he wanted wasn't never really here. But also I think to myself, like, you got to learn how to connect in multiple ways, right? Not just on the career or not just on the fun aspect. You got to learn how to connect with people on a whole bunch of different levels. And I don't know if Xavier is ready to do that just yet as well. Okay. Let's see. I want to go to the next clip.
But I can't really call it a connection because I think I'm really slow to move.
Oh, okay.
So.
Have you tried to contact any of the ladies outside of like seeing them in these more organized spaces?
I've talked to one person and that wasn't the vibe, and that's no.
So this was the most.
Okay, so also for Donna, I remember she said she's a mathematician, right? I also think she's an intellectual individual as well. I think she's looking for an intellectual connection. I think a lot of men may be scared by her intellect because she seems to be a very bright, turned on individual. And so someone else also presenting that intellect, which was what Xavier I thought was bringing, could have been a match, right? But the problem is that Xavier wasn't pushing for that, number one. Number two, I feel like Donna also, and as someone said in the chat, she does use the intellect or the judgment as a way of avoiding the vulnerability, right? The way she talked about Darius, she added a little bit of her vulnerability, but really just kind of focused on the fact that, he reminds her of someone else. And it's like, no, like, sis, you need to take accountability. Not take accountability. You need to focus on what you're appearing as when you come to the table. For you like this intellect. You like the conversation. You like the person to be able to have depth. But what you're recognizing is you come off a little bit like you're judging people. And truth without love is cruelty. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's get to the next one.
So there's definitely attraction. So it's a school over here. I was over here recently because I had
the mathematics and science one. Yeah.
So I had a speaking engagement there.
Everything about Shannon is cracking me up because even the body language is kind of interesting. Like she's so demure, but at the same time she's so cute. Like, you know what I mean? Shannon just seems so cute, so innocent, you know, and so pure when she's interacting. You know, I actually, it's funny because Ed is also very different with Shannon. Like, watching Ed with Shannon is really intriguing because when you watch Ed with Ashley, that's not how he acting. But Ed with Shannon seems very engaged. So that I think there's an intellectual part for Ed as well, which he loves as well to tap into. But maybe he doesn't always get that from Ashley because the way he's tuned in with Shannon, like, of course, look, they have a physical touch, but he didn't do anything nasty or anything. It was just really. But if you look at the body language, how close he is, how his body's turned towards her, even the knees are almost at the touching phase, and they seem to be very engaged.
My path of life of having opportunity. So kids are like, why did you start boxing? And then you get the have you ever been knocked out?
Wait, have you been knocked out?
And maybe it's the glasses. The energy is just different with her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the energy is just different with Shannon. When, he's, talking with her, he just seems like he's taking more time and more care. And he seems to be intrigued. And of course, he's talking about himself so as well. But, it does seem very different with Shannon than he is with anybody else at the moment in terms of what I've seen. And it seems like good energy. I think, I think in this instance, maybe her innocence is something that he likes, and it may be that her innocence reminds him of something in the past. So when he sees that innocence, it triggers a protective wound in him to want to engage. Like all of us men, like most of us men who are good and decent, there is something that triggers us. For instance, I like trust. If a woman says like, I trust you, that engages my protective nature to be even more. I want to be more protective. I want to make sure that you're covered, you're taken care of. I want to make sure that you're loved and appreciated. You know what I'm saying to you? Outside of just having a beautiful face, as soon as someone says the woman says she trusts me, I'm like, okay, wait, boom, my protective nature instantly kicks in. So there's something about that for me, right? There's something about that. So there's something about the way that she's interacted with him, that's flexible. I love that perspective too. That's also very true. With Shanna, she church as well, and it could be that case too, that he flexes with other ladies in a different way. I can rock with that too. Yeah, I can rock with that too as well. I definitely want to take that on board and say it can be that as well. So I won't deny that at all. I won't deny that part at all.
Never.
Oh, okay.
But these hands aren't just made for her, protection as well.
Okay.
I enjoy cooking too. So nourishment.
Yeah.
The physicality between me and Ed is just superb.
Man, I just need to get rid of those pearls. But she's a beautiful. Shannon is so beautiful. Like very, very beautiful. And her innocence, her vibe, her sweetness is so endearing. It's enticing almost. She's it can be seductive as well. So, I can see why Ed would want to be around her. Like she's very pure, and that can make you want to be with someone as well, right? That purity of energy and vibe, and she never seems to have like a bad thought about someone. And what that can also be is that sometimes as a man, if you've lived a certain lifestyle, when you meet a woman who's very pure and she sees that absolute good in you, you just want to keep that image up. You don't want to shatter that dream in her because you've shattered that dream in everyone else. You know that everyone else sees you as somebody who's a mess up, as somebody who does things, somebody who moves mad, and it may be, it may be the case that, with Shanna, you're trying to prove that you're just not that guy. You're not the boxing guy. You're not the fighting guy. You're not the mess up guy. You're not the guy that's trying too hard. You're just that guy. You're a normal guy, and that could be you also trying to just impress her a little bit because of you wanting to be good in her eyes. It's a brand new slate as well. So that can also be a part of it too, right? Let's tap in a bit more.
So I decided to put together a nice little cooking class for today. Obviously, I am a private chef, and I wanted to give everybody a little taste of what I do all the time.
We're chatting it up with Vince because you
Okay.
don't like yourself. Okay.
All righty. So let's talk a little bit about this date here. I don't know what was going on with Vince. I started asking myself the questions. I asked him saying, is Vince on the spectrum or not? Because I don't know what's going on. This continues sharp.
Okay. Stop. You want to try something? The first one.
Sharp.
He screamed shark one more time with that knife. I'm going to run up out of here.
Sharp.
I don't know if he was trying to be funny and he weren't being funny, or whether he on the spectrum. I can't lie to you. I just genuinely asked. I'm not because the way he was doing it was like, you know, when some and it might not even be. It may just be like he's one of those people that has like annoying younger brother syndrome, where they're just doing things. They're just doing things where it's like, you know, I don't want to say wind you up, but they wind you up. And after a while, it becomes annoying. But you know when someone doesn't know when to stop? That's what it felt like. Like he doesn't know when to stop. He doesn't know when to really apply the sharp thing. So it's actually funny. Like I don't think he's trying to be funny, but it almost gave that he was trying to be. And I said that because it sounded like he was trying to be funny, but he didn't have the comedic timing. You know? So that whole sharp, it was annoying. That girl trying to just cut her vegetables and be free, but you are trying to be silly in that moment. I was like, the execution is off. The execution is all the way off.
It's giving up. It's driving me crazy.
Enjoying texting you and insightful conversation.
Yeah.
I think Lauren is beautiful. We have chemistry there, so I'm really excited to talk more one-on-one.
Now, Cardi's making a late surge, boy. I mean, Cardi's now coming into the foreground. The ladies are starting to see Cardi differently now. I told you, man, when he ain't got that braid thing, when he's got the hair up, fantastic. It's working for him. Okay, all right. You know, when you got that hair up, it's fantastic. I rate Cardi, you know. He was trying, you know, he came correct. His personality is starting to show now. Maybe he's one of those people that need a bit more time because he's got the time now and he seems to be shining bright. The ladies seem to start looking at him. I mean, Lauren was starting to look at him a bit more. We saw how I can't remember the other person also was starting to look at him too. So he's starting to really now start to move. His personality is starting to shine, and as it's shining, the ladies are starting to see him in a different light. He's probably one of those people that you needed, you know, a bit more time rather than just being the first mixer. And thank God that Ready to Love listened to us and give him a second chance. The second mixer, he did not fail, and so now we're seeing a different Cardi come into place. All right, we're seeing a different Cardi come into place. You know, he's just talking, just giving them the Cardi experience. Okay, and I believe it now. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see it now, sir.
And have good conversations. Your kids are really, I think, important to you. You know, do you have any other passions that you aren't doing now?
That I am not.
No, that you aren't doing, that you want to do?
I'm doing everything. I
want
want
to
to. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Lauren and Cardi had this interesting conversation. Now, it's intriguing. I'll tell you why it's intriguing. It's her body language. And I see Lauren's in the chat, so, you know, shout out to Lauren. I'm still give it to you raw. I mean, the advice. That sounds wrong. Sorry. But it was really intriguing to see the body language with Cardi and Lauren. I wonder when Lauren has been in the passenger seat in interactions with men. I'm not saying she hasn't, but I'm saying I'm wondering when. Because even in this scenario, I felt her more relaxed, but I didn't see, you know what? I'm yet to see someone make her a girl. Yeah, I'm yet to see that. You know what I'm saying? I'm yet to see that. I'm yet to see Lauren in a I'm a girl position. It very much is always seemingly be in the driving seat. You know, like she can't relax. Like the guard is always up. Like she's engaging, but it's not relaxed. I don't see relaxed. So even when I'm looking at her body language, I'm like, she's talking, but if you notice that she's not turned her body yet.
A lot of times people have kids and they get lost in having kids.
They do.
And that's never been me.
Like what she's doing is what men do with other men. When men talk to other men, we don't turn our chairs necessarily to face each other. We know we turn our shoulders. So our shoulders will be like, we can be talking like this. So when men are talking, they talk like this to each other. They do this, right? We don't do this often because that is confrontational a little bit, right? Body language wise. Doesn't mean we don't talk face to face, but ordinarily when men are talking, they tend to talk like this, especially if they don't know each other very well, right? And when men and women are interacting, okay, the face to face is really important because what that does is it establishes power dynamics between the two people, but it also establishes intensity as well, right? And so you if a girl likes you, she has no problem, or when I say no problem, sufficing that she's not too nervous or shy, no problem kind of facing you, right? Because she wants to be locked in. She wants to be in your gaze. She wants to be in the intensity of the moment, right? So face to face is fine, right? But when a girl doesn't like you, it's a bit annoying when you're having a man that you don't like in your face, looking at you, searching your face, and trying to be all nice and you know, etc. Like, because you don't want him to get any ideas. But in this conversation, we don't see the face to face. What we do see is a shoulder to shoulder. And again, the camera angle's camera angling, because again, of course, it may be that they've been sat there at the table and told to do a shot and a scene at this point. Okay, which I get. I'm not mad at it. I'm not saying that. But I'm just
feel as a mom.
highlighting
Your kids know
something.
it. I'm able to show up for them because I'm able to show up for myself. So
There you go.
yeah.
Exactly. Me, I would say the only thing I'm not doing right now is I want to get my things on my pilot license.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yes.
So if you notice, look at the shoulders. And to be fair, he's not doing it either, right? So although we may be liking each other, we haven't relaxed yet on either side. On either side, none of us have relaxed. We're still talking with our shoulders, right? We're talking like this. And first and foremost, as you already know, that's a very painful. You stay like this for a very long time, you start getting neck pain, bro, right? So, you know, and so like this perspective where you're turned like this, whilst it's, you know, you're still able to have a conversation, your body not turning, it's gonna be painful. Okay, so you know, I'm wondering when we're gonna see Lauren as I'm just a girl. You know, I'm just a girl.
Yeah, so that's about like 60 hours now, which is not a lot, but you know, sometimes when you have kids, you gotta do other things that take a step back. So it's like that's what I really want to like focus up and then do.
I appreciate Cardi because he's funny, he's sweet and confident. So I'm looking forward to growing our bond together. You are definitely a different vibe than anything that Thank you.
So it's gonna be interesting. I want to see what's gonna happen in the next few episodes as well, and see, can that guard come down? Can she step away from that role of being the dominant energy in there? You know, in that space, you know what I mean? I'm wondering when we can get that, because I also watched, and I haven't done the video for it yet, I watched her in her date with Steven, and she was driving a lot of the questions when she spoke about do you like sex? Now I found this really intriguing. When women drive that question with men, right, they're asserting a level of dominance, right, whether it's intentional or not intentional. So when I saw that with Steven, that she was asking these driving questions about sex, usually it's the other way around. And when the other way around is being done, we say that men are doing way too much. Why are you driving questions about sex so early? She was doing it, which was establishing not only a dominance in the relationship between herself and Steven, but also it establishes sexual dominance. Like that in that particular situation, bro. Now Steven's the one that's being pursued, not him pursuing her. I need Lauren to step back. I need Lauren to step back. I need Lauren to step back. I need Lauren to take her foot off the acceleration and get out to the driving seat. Okay, allow it to come to you. Allow them to dictate to you how they are moving with you. But you're dictating to them, and I get it, because when people do that, it's because they're trying to protect something. There's a reason why that's coming through, right? There's a protective nature that's coming through, and you are protecting maybe your heart and not trying to be as vulnerable. But what that ends up doing is that you end up with men who have less energy, the men that are going to stay are going to be. Sorry, when you keep doing it, what ends up happening is you force men into a scenario. They have to try and match your energy and do more, or they're going to crumble. And I won't say crumble, but they will have to surrender that position to you. And men that work well with you are going to be men that are going to be, how do I say this, are willing to go along with your lead, not the other way around. You know what I'm saying to you? So you will always end up leading, which will then always lead to resentment and frustration, because you're consistently having to take the reins. When really and truly what you're looking for, I would assume, is that you're looking for a man that's going to be able to take the lead so that you can finally rest. But you can't do that if you're consistently leading the interactions with men. You've got to allow them to also take that leadership aspect and take your foot off the pedal. You know what I mean? Just something that I saw with her and a Steven date when I watched it. Because you know, she ran straight to this question. So what about sex? Because sex is important, and sex is really important. You know what I mean? Sex is very important. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, cool. Let's get to the next person. Okay, Vince. We got to talk about Vince, baby. We got to talk about Vince, baby.
She don't got to work at all. Right. But if she's like, well, I want to do this or I want to do something different, then either she would say, I'm going to do this to contribute, or she would help me in my business to grow for more than what we have. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I actually understood where Vince was coming from. I got what Vince was saying. I understood what Vince was trying to say. I get it. I do. Okay, I get where Vince is coming from. I really do. I understand what he was trying to say. My problem is that Vince doesn't understand. Okay, Vince does not understand delivery. He thinks he can say whatever he wants to say and you should just take it. No, delivery is important. And that's his problem. So whenever someone doesn't want to deliver things in the right way, all they end up doing is causing casualties, because if I throw your delivery at you, I've still delivered it. But that you may incur some injuries, and you may also you may also be annoyed at the fact that I've thrown your delivery at you. Okay, so I've delivered it. It's fine. You've caught it, everything, but now you've also been hurt, maybe emotionally or even physically, by me throwing the box. So what does that mean? I should hand the box to you. Now, when people, and this is not just a man thing, it's a woman thing too, but this it happens a lot with men. They believe that I just got to say it as it is. And I do believe you have to say things as they are, but I always tell you that truth without love is cruelty. And what some people are afraid of doing is they're afraid to be vulnerable. So what they end up doing is they make things very black and white without no nuance, and they throw things at people. Hey, see where I see you, babe. And they throw things at people and don't recognize that in that space, right, you delivering it would have still delivered what you need to deliver. But because you're afraid of being taken advantage of, we're afraid of being kind in the way that we deliver something, because we don't want people to misread us or misjudge us or take advantage of us. We then throw the box at them. And actually, you don't achieve what you want to achieve. And then you're saying later on, I am what I am. You just got to take it as it is. And then you got to double down and say, actually, I have a daughter, and I wouldn't want someone saying a B word to my daughter. And then it becomes contradictory at that point, because at that very issue, right, you're not checking the way that you deliver something. And you're right. Yes, Donna and Vince have very similar deliveries. It's a lack of vulnerability. They don't want to change their delivery because they're used to being on the charge. It's not necessary. Okay, it's not necessary.
I'm talking to Vince.
And look what's happening to Shantae. Is it Shantae? Look what's happened to Shantae. Shantae, is it Shantae? Baby, you know me, I'm gonna mess up somebody's name. If you look at her body language, because of the way he's explaining it, right? If you look at the way her body language is, what's she doing? What's she doing right now? Instead of her leaning in, she's doing what? Now, this is really important, because what's happening is his message is being delivered. It's being delivered, but she's responding and she's telling you how it's being delivered. Now, someone could say, well, you know what? Obviously, as a man, you just got to say it. And women sometimes, And I'm like, yo, I hear it. But I always tell everybody that if a woman was to talk the way that a man talks to another man, I'd find it disrespectful. And some ladies might disagree and say, why can't ladies say things the way that men say things? It's misogynistic. I'll tell you, no, I don't believe that men should talk to women the way that men talk to men. Men are very direct, and sometimes we say things in the most harshest tone to each other. And I think that's okay. For us as men, that's how we operate. But when we're talking to women and I say you took that harsh tone, a lot of your message gets missed. And all that gets focused on is the harsh tone, not even the message anymore. Now, of course, there are going to be some women that are going to be exceptions to the rule, but I don't deal with exceptions. I deal with a general principle. It's the same way that when a woman talks to a man and she talks to him like she's talking to, like she's talking anyhow in any way, right? And the tone is very harsh. And man goes, who's she talking to? Where's the respect? Why is he saying that? Because he now recognizes that the way that a woman talks to him is very important. Why? Delivery and tone is key. You feel me? And I see you, Jay, as well. So this is really important. right? But now she's leaning away because the way he delivered it.
And the energy just seems a little bit combative.
What I just said right now, did you hear that?
Right this second?
Yeah.
You see the energy? Now he's not doing any, he's not screaming, he's not necessarily shouting, right? He's not screaming or shouting, but he's remonstrating. And because he's remonstrating and the word choices that he's using, right? And because he's not softening it, she can't lean in now. Now she's now thinking to herself, is it gonna turn into something? Like, is it gonna, like, what's going on? Like, she can't engage.
I'm sorry, did you hear that then?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I don't have it in me to go back and forth with a man. So I'm realizing that I'm not connecting with Vince.
That's why I'm saying you didn't hear me.
Now, what you're gonna recognize is that there's now going to be a disconnection. Do you get what I'm saying to you? There's now going to be a disconnection in their interaction. And so as a man, you may not recognize it because you may not see it that way. Man to man, we can do this thing. I can say to you, bro, shut the frick up. Can you not see that you're annoying the people here? Come on, bro, man. Right? And then the girl says to me, Kojo, shut the frick up. Can't you see you're annoying the people? I'm going to tell you that you're rude and disrespectful. Now, someone might say again, I might be misogynistic, but I would never say to a woman, shut the heck up. Because can't you see? I wouldn't say it to you. I'd be like, hey, babe, listen, I want you to understand something. Listen, the way you're talking right now, right? You're turning people off. Can you not see? I changed my tone, I changed my volume, I changed my level. Why? Because I want you to not focus on, I don't want you to focus on my energy and focus on the way I said it. I want you to focus. I still want you to focus on the way I said it, but I don't want you to misconstrue now because you feel offended by the way I've said something. I want you to be engaged with what I've said. I want you to hear it. So when men are talking to women, it's different to when men are talking to men. When women are talking to women, it's different to when they talk to men. And so now, all I'm saying is check the way we're talking about it, because now we've got this particular perspective where she's leaning back, tight-lipped. She's looking at the situation like it's peak.
Get out to a date at Parkside. I love my dog Duchess. She's 10 years old, and I just want him. I haven't really got a chance to talk to Ed. I know he's my type, but is he my type personality-wise too? Like, are we even compatible?
So what's your personality type?
Okay, Ashley, I'm gonna say this with love. Ashley, you are a baddie, and I want you to start behaving like a baddie. Okay, Ashley, say it with me, darling. Look at the screen when I tell you this. You're a baddie, but I need you to start behaving like one. When you have to clarify that you have told this man that you like him several times, darling, I'm looking at you crazy. What do you mean you've told him several times that you like him? I mean, what do you mean that you like him several times and the man ain't said it back to you, babe? I need you to focus and lock in, bruv. I need you to lock in. Because you're giving him all the power, but not only are you giving the power, it makes me know that Ed don't like her, Ashley. Yeah, he's clocked her and he doesn't like her. Like, when I say don't like her, not that he doesn't find her attractive, he don't like her. Because when a man plays that game, you see how he was with Shanna? That Shanna hasn't said anything yet, but you can see that he's been very tactile, very close to Shanna. Now, of course, I'm not expecting to be very necessarily tactile with Ashley because, again, the scenario is different. They're across the table and etc. etc. It might not be exactly the same. But with Ashley, she's chasing that man. Ashley, stop chasing Ed. I don't know. It must be the Ed's avoidance spirit that's making her anxious, that's making her cling, because she's literally, I can see it. I was like, she literally, yes, exactly, high vibe. She literally is filling in the blanks. Man ain't said nothing, bro. She's filling in the blanks. I'm like, baby girl, come on. Ashley, come on, sis. Pay attention. We've all been here. And usually when you start talking too much, you've already clocked that the person doesn't like you the same way that you like them. You're trying to persuade them and you're trying to get them on board. And I'm going to tell you, for any man or any woman, the moment you start talking too much is usually your indication. When you talk like this, I mean, is usually your indication you're trying to fight for votes in that relationship. And I need you to recognize there's no need to vote here. Okay? There is no democracy. The person likes you or they won't like you. They're not going to vote you in. They want you or they don't want you. Okay?
Honestly, I just like for somebody to just be there for themselves.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that's what I like. A person that just know themselves, you know?
I think I know myself pretty well.
I can tell.
You know? Because my girl out here was saying, but you know I like you. You know? You know? I was like, come on, sis. Like, I need you to rope it in a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not cussing. I'm just saying, just rope it in a little bit. Take some time. Okay. Let the silences continue. Let him do more work in that space. Allow there for there to be a little bit of mystery in the interaction. Let him be guessing whether you like him or not, because you're telling him you like him now. And again, in other circumstances, her saying that she likes him, it's a good thing because the person is on the same level. But because she's saying it and she knows, she can feel it, that he's not on that same level, and she's doing it to rope him in. Sis, stop it. Stop it. Okay? All right, stop it, darling. All right? You don't need to. All right? You don't need to. Okay? Don't need to. All right. I've got a couple more scenes and then we'll get out of here. Okay, let me see if I can
We got a divorce. I mean, we were together though since like 15.
Okay, so your high school sweetheart.
High school sweethearts, playground sweethearts, you know, all of that.
Why didn't it work out?
We grew apart. Ultimately, we got together so young. Once we became older, kind of views weren't always the same.
It's usually like that, yeah. But y'all get along.
Yeah.
Now, my thing also is, we grew apart. It's always tricky when people start saying that we grew apart, because I always wondering, what does that mean? You grew apart. What do you mean you grew apart? Right? I know what you mean, but what do you mean? Like, I don't want to ever like guesswork. I want to know. You grew apart. What does that mean? You know what I mean? I always want to find like, what does that really mean for you? I'm being nitpicky. I'm just saying I want to know what that means for you. We grew apart because I don't want you to grow apart with me. So, you know, what is it that what are the values that you guys had that you no longer have at the end? What are those values that you now value and cherish that you did not value and cherish maybe in that relationship? Or what values did you differ from then than you did now? Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to find out those things, bro. Like, you know, so I can understand a bit more about that as well. Okay, but actually too fine for this. Okay, you too fine for this. All right.
The world be the main school for the kids, share new experiences, go new places. Just that's kind of how I see it.
Hey, we got a lot of comments already.
Yeah.
So I expressed to you that I was interested, you know, a few times, but you are interested though, right?
I am.
Okay. I like for the dialogue.
Yeah, when she said I had to express to you a few times and then had to ask him, you like me, you weren't sure, sis. Pack it in. Anyway, let me get to is it Shantae and Stephen, because I think they had a nice, I don't know. I like Stephen and Shantae's conversation, you know?
Right.
I know how to say your name.
What I like the most is the fact that he wants to be a family man and he want to do all the cute little corny stuff, and like I'm kind of excited to see if we can get to that point. But I'm ready for my second date with Steve. I can get dressed right now.
So it's interesting because Shantae is someone who is guarded a lot of times, but is really the corny. She's corny. She's a nerd. I won't say nerd, but she's corny. You know, and it's interesting because in that space of her, I feel like she covers up that corny side of her because she doesn't want to expose that side of her, because maybe, I don't know, maybe there's been a negative experiences around it. Maybe for her as well, you know, it's a fear of being rejected or abandoned for showing her true self. But, you know, I feel like, you know, I feel there's a more that can be explored. And the reason why I'm seeing with Stefan, and the reason I'm seeing Stefan coming through is because, you know, I said about Stefan and Lauren, the energy is polarized. Like he in that interaction between Stefan and Lauren, it almost felt like he was exuding more of the being chased and she was chasing. In this scenario, I'm seeing more of a balanced dynamic between Shantae and Stefan. I'm seeing more balance. I'm seeing more of these two seem to be on the same plane. And Stefan here is very warm, very open, very as someone said, reassuring. He's very stable with her, right? And with that stability and energy, that allows someone to feel more comfortable and feel more safe and feel like they can actually fall in love with that person. I'm actually scared for these two because actually I think that this could be a love thing, fam. Like, if it continues the way it's going, it could be a love thing. You get me? Because he's very stable, very calm, very serene at this moment. You know what I mean? I don't know what's gonna happen next few episodes. Okay, next few episodes might change, but for now, it looks like this could allow her to begin to open up like a flower and begin to like really trust and share and rely on him. And I think that could be something. This could actually be something if they concentrate on it and don't get their eyes deterred and distracted elsewhere as well. Okay, final bits, because then I want to get my panel on to discuss obviously the show as well. Okay, this moment here, crazy. This moment here, crazy.
I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt. I heard he said it. And it was said about you. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. What now?
Yep. He
You
called
said
that.
that.
He
You
called
was
that, bro. It was not you. You was the Paul bitch.
I was a bitch.
You would be word.
I better not hear that B word at all.
Now, I don't know if it was the editing or what, but the way they said about he called her the B word, they said the B word, they said, no, it was about you, Beesh, you know? But obviously he did say it because he said it to the boys. He was saying to the boys in that space. And interesting. Stupid on Vince's part. And as he said, he has a daughter, so this is not the language he should be using. But I mean, they done finished Lauren out there, man, because now the thing was actually, giving benefit of doubt. Giving benefit of doubt when it's about you. I guess the next thing that Lauren needs to do is obviously say she's gonna have a conversation with him. If giving him the benefit of doubt would mean going to have a conversation with him and find out what he actually said. You know what I'm saying? That would be benefit of doubt. But yeah, I found it interesting that situation even came up the way it did, because I felt like it was, look, it's allowed to come out, but I felt it was a little bit cheeky if you're pillow talking with somebody and you're having these pillow talks. I think that's a little bit crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like that's I feel like he was a little bit crazy, and I say that because in the scenario between him calling someone a B, right? It was a odd the edit is odd. I don't know if the edit, maybe the edit is odd. It just feels off, because it's like it goes from he called a B word and it's like boom 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 boom. Then it goes I see you, Sean. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll bring you in a second, bro. Then it goes on to then it suddenly goes on to I heard it too, and then it goes on to you the tall bitch, and it's like it feels, you know what I mean? And also if it it's also what was weird about it is that why was it pillow talk, but then we heard that he said that amongst the men? How did that get out? That's weird. Are we having two different conversations? What's going on there? That's why I was like, something's not quite right. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if it's editing or what, because she said it was, they're having pillow talk, and then they mentioned the B word, and then, but then when they were talking to him at the end, he said obviously he was talking to the boys. So I'm like, okay, wait, did you say it a second time? And you just outed yourself? Okay, so I don't know, you know what I mean? Or I like, okay, someone said one of the men brought it back to the ladies on the phone. Okay, I hear it. You know, I would say this as well, like things that are like pillow talks shouldn't be going into lounges like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like the fact he called it a B word, you know what I mean? But we've all said stuff when we said it in the private, we weren't expecting to get out. You shouldn't be saying those things, right? In that particular perspective, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be saying those things in the first place. But you know, when sometimes we have conversations and we say something, I mean, I don't call people B words, but I think that, again, that came out. My question is, who's pillow talking? Who was pillow talking? Is it Devon? Is it Chris? Because again, it might be Chris. Actually, my money's on Chris. I tell you why, because Chris was asking the ladies earlier on about the tea. So it could be him, but it could be Devon too. You know what I mean? So I find that like a little bit, you have to always be very careful of those situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting. Okay.
If you hear it, I want to know you heard.
Okay.
All right, Christina. Anybody else? Not a connection.
Bello for me, I asked 3 of my interests. Yeah, I would love to go to the spa. It would make me feel so special. Chris gave me an understanding answer. I would love to, but I'm not in a position right now. The second one, he ended up sending money. Put your cash up. Absolutely.
Who did that?
Devon. Yes.
Now, let me just say this, okay? Christina, her problem, okay, with Christina is that she talks too much. Okay, all right? Her problem is that she talks too much. You know what I'm saying to you? You know, she talks too much. So, you know, for me personally, I'm looking at it and I'm like, Christina here, you should have kept this to yourself. And I find it intriguing that she likes to say this. So Christina's an uber competitive person, and she gets a validation from putting everybody else on the back foot as if she is the person that, you know, is getting it. It's very petty. You know what I'm saying to you? Very petty. And it's odd because nobody had money for her. Like, it's really deep to like nobody had money for her. Like, Chris gave you a little bit of money, Devin gave you a little bit of money, but no one gave you the full 300. So, like, sis, there was nothing to brag about. There's actually nothing to brag about. It actually highlighted what was, you know, it's actually really interesting because it's like you're trying to tell these girls that, oh, you're better and you've got more, you've got these men eating at the palm of your hand, but you just told them that you're begging for money, you're begging for finances, you're begging for them to pay you. Okay.
So the thing is, when Bello didn't respond, I felt like you fell into the weak category. And at that point, you're not interested in me, and that's fine.
I felt like Christina was messy. To me, it was like very na. He did this for me, and I thought it was very classless and tacky.
Xavier, he gives me uncle vibes.
Big uncle.
Big uncle. Like.
Okay. Yeah, Xavier. Big uncle vibes indeed. Okay, so let me do my last bit, and then I'll get the panel on as well. I've done my full recap for you guys as well. I will chop this up and obviously put it into a separate video so you guys can watch a recap, us going deeper as well. But they did have a conversation with Vince, and I kind of said it earlier on about Vince not necessarily taking on board that he needed to taking on board that he needs to take, you know, some
and there was some feedback that could be worked through. He referred to at least one of the ladies as a bitch.
Oh.
So there's a question mark about you using that language.
Obviously, we were having a joking conversation.
You and the guys?
Yeah, me and the guys.
Now this is my only problem now. Now this is coming out, bro. Who snitched on you, bro? Somebody snitched on you, and now you now know this is not a safe place. Okay, you know it's not a safe place. You know, so it's interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting. So for me personally, I'm looking and I'm like, So it's gonna be interesting to see how Vince stayed and obviously Xavier went, but it's gonna be interesting to see how he recovers from that space. I know next week the girls are gonna be the ones on the chopping block, but we're gonna see where they're gonna be at. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see where they're gonna end up with Vince. I think Vince probably be the next one going if he doesn't fix up, because I don't know, he feels like he might be a little bit on the spectrum as well. You know, so it's gonna be intriguing to see how that particular role come down. But the man them, you know, telling on you like that, bro, how you gonna trust them, bro? If they're now telling your information, your business to the ladies and pillow talking, how you gonna trust them? That's the question. Okay, cool. So I've done my breakdown for you guys as well. I've done a little breakdown. So just to let you guys know, if you're in the chat right now, it's good to have you on board. I've got the panel in the background, about to bring them on in a second or two. Before I do, let you guys know, if you are in the chat, it's about to go members only on both the long way and the side way, okay? On both the rectangular and the portrait, both on, you know, these particular channels. It's gonna go to members only. So if you're not a member, become one, because in a few seconds it's about to go to members only. Okay, you'll still be able to watch and then vibe and chill, but you won't get the best experience because you won't be able to chat in the chat box. Okay, so if you are a member, fantastic. If you're not, it's members only now. I've just made it members only. Okay, all right, we appreciate you guys. You know, we're here to enjoy ourselves, and I want you guys to be free. Okay, all right. Let's get the panel on the shoe and get them involved. Okay, all right. Let me get my panelists up on the show. I can see they're ready to go. They've been tearing me behind the scenes, telling me I'm somebody I won't mention, but they know who I've been trying to emulate. But listen, I'm gonna get my lovely, wonderful panel up as well. Okay, I'm gonna do my separate intro as well to the people thems. Okay, all right. First and foremost, I've got my lovely, delectable, wonderful. Okay, all right. Triple D, you get me? Triple D, cuz. All right. This is the deacon of the house. You feel me? Yeah. A dangerous member of the panel, bro. You all love him for who he is. Okay. All right. I want you guys to welcome to the panel, Sean Baby. I know he hates when I call him delectable. What you telling me, cuz?
Listen, I actually shouldn't even be up here because I got a little petty bone to pick with you. Because I done binge watched that whole goddamn math season. And I told you Thursday night was Thanksgiving, and you got the nerve to do a whole goddamn live on Thanksgiving the night of Thanksgiving. When I saw that pop up, I wanted to cuss you so bad. I said, ain't this a I was like, ain't this some bullshnicky? I said, I'm gonna hold my peace, though. I'm gonna hold my peace, but I'm gonna definitely cuss him the next time I see him, for sure.
What was it? Was it Thanksgiving Eve?
It was Thanksgiving Day you did it. Thanksgiving Eve, I could have popped on. The day of Thanksgiving, I see you up there. I see Elson. I saw Easton. I don't remember if there was anybody else, but that's who I saw. Yeah, I said, nah, ain't this some bullshnacky? I said, all right.
Yeah, no, man. You know, I thought you deserved a treat, guys. You know what I mean? A light snack as you're enjoying. A light entertaining snack as you guys are enjoying your meal. You know, I hope your turkey was nice.
It was delectable. Delectably delicious.
We appreciate that. Let me bring on my other two wonderful, illustrious panelists as well. You know who she is: the sultry, the sweet, the sexy, the Wonder Woman. Okay, the dark arts general of our panelists as well. The one that likes to be the glue of the team. And I know that's an enigma, and I know it's two different things, but listen, that's who she is. Welcome to the panel, J Baby.
Now, I just didn't know you were talking about me as soon as you added sweet up in there. I was like, he ain't talking about me no more. Damn it.
You telling me you're not sweet?
No, baby, I'm always sour, but you know. I'm gonna try to be sweet tonight on these people, because it's gonna be a whole lot of beef flying everywhere. I see Sean already started it for the night.
I hear it, man. Bullets been let go at this point, man. I gotta get my coverage going. You know what I mean?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Oh boy. Well, let me introduce my last panelist. You got me, Now, if I could do, that infamous, let's get ready to rumble, it wouldn't serve her appropriately. She needs a great Jumbotron entrance, a WWE entrance. We need glass breaking. You know, we need the if you smell what C-Way is cooking. Listen, welcome to my panel. C-Way, what you telling me? Huh?
Hi, Kojo.
What you telling me?
I ain't telling you nothing. I'm ready to get into it. Hi, everyone.
Anyway, said she ain't with his today.
You said what?
You look like I ain't with his shit today because she's just like, hey, Kojo.
She said, I've been in the back waiting, waiting.
Look.
She was calling the troops and getting everybody together. She was rounding up the people for you to be up
Yeah,
there
she
just
the first
bumping your
one
gums and
on.
carrying on.
I was deep in my analytical bag, B. I was on my roll and I couldn't stop. I was
Did you get to a dismissive avoidant of it all yet? Or no, we ain't get there yet.
We ain't got there. That's my favorite part.
We ain't got it just yet.
You got me calling people dismissive avoidance now. I be cracking up every time I say it.
Oh, you got avoidance.
Whoever taught Kojo this needs to be fined.
Listen, we out here. We out here. Well, listen, I got my luscious plan. I know Elle said we're coming up in a second as well. So, look, we got to talk about some stuff on this Ready to Love. I'm energized today, okay? All right? No blanket today. You feel me? Straight in. I was going to say something, and I realized it would be very rude to say it. So, but I want to get straight into some of the episode because I think there was a lot of great key points in there. I want to start off with the dinner, okay, between Dominique, Bello, Christine, and also Devon, because she cooked oxtail. Okay, all right. That was for Bello, it seems, because he likes Jamaican food. Christine didn't cook for nobody. I'm joking. I don't know what she cooked. And then Devon obviously was was like wondering why she didn't cook for him. And she also then said as well, from her perspective, like, she now knows that Dominique is competition. So I want to get you guys thoughts on that awesome foursome in that thing. And I'll play a little bit of a clip. It's nothing crazy. I mean, it's a little bit of a clip, and I wish I had the clip. I need to go a bit further along. I'm in the wrong space. I apologize. I've gone too far. There we go. Here we go.
We can be responsible.
All right.
Absolutely. Whose favorite food is Jamaican? I would assume it's you.
My favorite food is Jamaican.
Okay.
I'm looking for the oxtail, so you guys can do whatever you want.
I feel like Dominic catering the meal to Bella, I can definitely tell she is into him. It seems like we may like the same men. So it just let me know. Bring your A game. And I'm going to get...
Okay. So... Sorry, I was really fast there. I know that. I haven't changed the speed. I need to change it. I want to get your thoughts on this awesome foursome because Devon seems like he wants Dominique. Bello wants Dominique. Dominique seems to like Bello, but is willing to play with Devon. And Christine wants Bello, but doesn't know how, just kind of cuss them out a little bit. What's you guys, ladies, thoughts on the awesome foursome that's happening at the moment? See where you're smiling. I'm going to go straight to you. What are you saying? And I know you got a strong opinion. Break us in.
I was smiling because C Perko say, "What did Devin have on?" And I wanted to know the same thing. What the hell was that man wearing? That pink shirt was a fool. Look, Dominique, her game is A1. Okay, her game, she needs to teach a class. She done cooked the oxtails for her man. Look. Y'all know I don't be cooking like that, but if you know how to cook, that is a good way to kind of, put your mark down. So I thought it was kind of cute that she cooked for her man. Thought she did a good job. Christine, was it Christina? She's cooked. She's overcooked after the conversation about the massage, but I'm sure we're gonna get there in a second. But yeah. Dominique definitely likes Bello. I don't think she's feeling Devin at all. He's also cooked. And I thought it was cool that she kind of showed that side of her because clearly that's what he wants. So that's my thought.
I appreciate those thoughts. El Cid, what are we saying about this awesome foursome?
Just the date in general?
I mean, it could be about the date, but it could also be about the movements that it's incorporated all for them. You know, Devin seems to be. I'll break down more individually. Just the overall thoughts. Yeah, I'll break them individually. I've got some questions actually for individual.
Yeah,
ones.
because I thought the way we greet people at the door was wild for some. But you know, Devin is just, you know.
Hey, what I missed? How they greet them at the door?
Oh, Bello got the kiss on the lips, and he got a drink at the door. He got a shot.
I forgot that part.
Yeah, she kissed on the lips. Yeah, she kissed on the lips.
With the other man who interested in you upstairs, you clearly don't care about him. Okay, you clearly don't care about him. But Devin, you know, I gotta appreciate that the fact that he thinks he has a chance. Okay, the fact he thinks he has a chance when he knows he done sent the other girl on the date a cash app. I mean, you know, whatever he wearing, what he's certainly wearing is confidence that he thinks he has a chance. So I wish it was more balanced. Chris was just there for the food. I wish there was another lady that was there to kind of balance it out. But hey, the date was very, very nice. She invited everyone to her home. Roses were everywhere, letting whoever she's with know that you better come with the roses or don't come at all. But it was for me, it let everybody know where they fit with each other, is how I felt with that date.
Definitely hear you on that one. Another round. What's your thoughts on the awesome foursome so far? And of course, I will go deeper and ask more questions about the individual things with the four of them.
I'm gonna shout out Detroit because y'all got some game players, okay? You know, first up to bat, Dominique. Mama is hitting 1,000 right now. She is doing her thing out there in the field. She is definitely a league pro. She's been here before. You know, this is not her first time around athletes or playing individuals. So how she is moving is, for me, classic play. I love it. I love her in this game. The kiss at the door is like, it's everything, because it's like a little intriguing. You know, I got some other thing in the back. He might see me, might not. Let me try to sneak this off. At the same time, let me lock you in. Already got some oxtails brewing, so you can smell that in the back cooking. Oh my God, sis, she's doing her thing. I am not even mad at it, all right? Moving on to our next player of the game, Miss Christine. She is shooting her shot, but right now she's not looking good on the field. These things are happening. She's airballing all the time. I'm not really sure what's going on. She's looking a little dusty out there on the court. I'm gonna need her to bench it a little bit for a while, because that whole move to just go straight to the money, the pockets, was wild to me. Okay, I was just like, wow, that was that was a straight audible. She had to call that play on her own. Her coach could not have given her that to do. I swear to God, she needs to be benched right now. She is out of control. That was a sign of weakness, and that's not a very good play against an opponent like a man like that. He is not going to back down from his square. If he didn't want to send you some money, he's not going to send you no money. And now he's really not looking at you because he thinks you only want him for the money. So she shot her shot. Air ball is a brick. I think she needs to go ahead and retire for a little bit. Devin, is that the guy's name? He is a secret franchise player. I'm just going to hold y'all to that. Y'all might not see it right now. He does have options. He can go anywhere in the league right now. He has playing the shot, but he wants to go to the star team. He wants to go to the #1 championship team right now, and that is Dominique. I am not mad at the brother for having this confidence in himself to get out there on the field and do his thing. Is he out of his league with it? A bit, yes. And there are some other teams looking at him. So he still has a shot in the running on how he's going to make this. We're going to watch him in this draft. It's going to be a great play as we watch this happen. I'm loving every second of this right now. Okay. Chris, I'm not really sure. I think he was like a water boy or something. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Fixing everybody's plates or something. I don't know. But we'll see him probably in the next game or something. Back to you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Che, from the court side there. You know, she's really reporting the plays as we need it done. Let me go to Sean. We've heard from Jay breaking down, you know, play by play, giving us, you know, some insights. I want to know, Sean, what was your thoughts on this awesome foursome that was brought to the table?
Listen, Dominique, you know, I said it the last live. And I say it again, the oxtails would have sent me to the moon. She already had me at hello, but the oxtails would have sent me to the moon. Because that right there, and the way that food was laid out, everything looked good with care. She was in her nurturing vibe. She definitely would have had me in her web if she wanted me to be.
Yo, big back so.
Listen, big back, big back, big back, big back. I'd have been chopping up them oxtails, boy. And if she would allow me to, I'd have take some other things off the bone too. So hey.
That's right.
Talking about in it.
I thought y'all are saved.
Sean is a glutton.
Take me through there. Take me through there.
We are saved. That's it.
Hey,
Take me through there.
she
Take me
say?
through there.
She said, I love God, but I'm still free. She said something like that.
Listen, I'm but a man, El said. I'm but a man,
What Bible y'all
for the
reading?
grace of God go I. So, look, I definitely was feeling her. What's the woman's name? Christina. I have removed her name even from my memory bank because I'm not sure what she's on. She's confusing me. I think she lost the plot. But hey, I guess there's a lid for every pot, and she'll find her lid. She's a beautiful lady, nice lady, but it's a no for me with all this transactional talk. And I asked for a massage, and you didn't send me money, and it's like we're just meeting. Like, whoa, this is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, she kind of lost me. I think Devin is just kind of like assessing the scenery. He seems to be, navigating the environment well. I know some people talk about whatever that, velvet number he got on, but y'all chastised me when I was talking about the other old dude that, showed up looking very flashy, and y'all said that's Detroit. So I'm gonna say Devin is Detroit. Yeah, I mean, I thought the dinner was
I'm gonna
really
give him the
nice.
benefit of the doubt, Sean. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I hope you don't give too much benefits and more doubts, because we see what happened when another one of our sister gets to give him the benefit of the doubt. But
right, Jay, you ain't learned. We're not giving him the benefit.
I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. I know what Jay is doing. She's stirring up trouble already because she want to get to tussling. But yeah, no, I mean, I thought this was a really nice. I like this. I think as we're on the heels of the Philly, I like the camaraderie that we're seeing amongst the cast. I hear, Gossip Mill says it's going to get turned up. It's going to get a little heated. But at this point, I think, I'm loving this, that she prepared a lovely dinner at her home and invited a nice group of people, and everybody was chopping it up. Even Donna, Donna still ain't learned, but even Donna, everybody was really cool. So I like that.
Definitely here. All right, let's start breaking down some of these individual moments of the house, because there was obviously, like I said, there was that moment where there was a little bit a kiss. So let's show you this. I want to get your thoughts on this.
Hi. I wanted to kiss Bello since the first date we had, so it was natural to me. It felt real. I dreamed about that, and he didn't disappoint.
We're gonna do a shot together.
I want to know. I honestly think old girl is lost in the sauce already. I think old girl is lost in the sauce already. But I want to know your thoughts. Is this dark arts? Is this her really liking Bello? Because she said she's been looking forward to kissing Bello, and she's been dreaming about it. Those are words that speak to me, that say that somebody's really deep in the trenches. But it can also be the mask of smoke mirrors of drawing a man in and getting him locked up, in the situation. But she didn't say it to him, by the way. So that's something she said in a confessional. So I want to know what your thoughts are. Do we fall on the side of the dark arts, her playing a sensual, sexy game to draw him in? Or do we believe she's a lover girl and she actually genuinely likes Bello and, has been thinking about that for the longest of times, as she says, waiting her long last Prince Charming? Okay, all right. Princess Fiona. What's you ladies and guys' thoughts? Talk to me. Let me start from the end and go to the beginning as we from this time. Sean, what's your thoughts on this situation? Are we saying game playing here from Dominique or with that kiss, or is that genuine feelings, you think?
Look, the way she curved old dude a few episodes back, it seemed to be genuine. I mean, it was nice. It wasn't too much. And truth be told, you know, again, I may be compromised, but the kiss was downstairs. So I think that was carefully played. That's why she was like, let me go get the door. You know, I ain't gonna kiss him out in the open in front of everybody, you know, and mess his and my game up this early on. But I'm gonna give him, you know, I'm gonna let him know what it is. I like that. Meet me at the door, give me a kiss, and let me know you got oxtails upstairs.
Sean over here.
Pack me up. Pack me up.
Here y'all go. So y'all hear this now. Not only does he want heels, none of them flats. Make sure you meet him at the door with a kiss and have the oxtails upstairs. I hope y'all are listening.
And the shot. Don't forget the shot she had for him.
And the shot. And your body need to look like
simple.
hers too. Her body tea.
Definitely simple. I love that. Very simple. Easy.
I'm not asking for too much.
No,
that's right.
My brother ain't asking for too much.
Oh, just don't have her other man that's interested upstairs. Okay.
I mean, don't have them upstairs. Don't have them upstairs, LCL. That's kind of rude, but I mean, down the street ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all are wild. What's your thoughts, Jay? Dark arts, or is this her genuinely liking him?
Now, it's a little bit of both, okay? So like Sean pointed out, and I said earlier, the dark arts of it all is that I do got another in the room, but I'm going to give you a little something to let you know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm cooking your meal. So, I mean, she could be using dark arts to reel him in, but I do feel like she actually do like this man. Because what does she gain out of having to actually put up and kiss him or do any of these things when she's already clearly can lock men in like she has Devin without all of it? So she looked forward to it. She initiated the kiss more so than anything on this one, whereas we seen when she curved Devin on that one. So yeah, she liked this man. It's a little bit of both, but more so she genuinely liked it. Yeah, I know he's going to go check his chicken, so go ahead and I'm glad I didn't check his chicken.
I generally did. Asad?
It's funny how she was touching Devin's lips last week, but touching her from her hand to the lips, and now she's touching lip to lip with Bello this week. Clearly she more interested in Bello because she was, as you said, Jay, she initiated this and rubbed the back of his head. Honey, I have your drink. I'm gonna meet you at the door. This is what's in store if we are together. That's what it gave. But then again, Devin is upstairs. She ain't got no interest in him other than his vote to stay on the show. I'm guess they both riding the high. We don't know the timeline from the last date that Bello and Dominique had. So I think she was playing. Definitely, I think she was making sure that he was still riding that, you know, good wave from the last date. And it's like, yeah, there may be other men upstairs that are interested in me, but I am all yours, baby. She was playing. And she was playing it very well because we see even you and Sean have fallen for it from a distance. So, you know, hate the game, not the player. She played it well. And Sean, who else is going to meet him at the door? It's her house. It's her house. So she will go to the door and greet him. She's greeting everybody at the door.
Well, sometimes you allow your other guests while you're, you know, I've done that before. You know,
she knows who's showing up. He's the last one to arrive.
And that's why I'm saying it was well executed.
It was a player move. She already knew it was him at the door.
Y'all
I'm not debating. I'm not
agreement?
debating she's a player. I'm just saying I would have been played.
Aha. Aha. Listen.
It's a game.
I just want y'all to rewind the tape real quick before Seaway go. Rewind the tape to like wherever week that she was in her background and her and Devin was sitting down, and I said she's just playing this man She has played in the league before. This is what she do. He fell for it. She got him back pocket for votes. We already see that. So now she could play her player move and show who she really want. Like, let him be known. My bad. Go ahead, Seaway.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, women who know their power and have locked into their power like she has, they the ones who know how to use what they got to get what they want. She I don't know if she likes Bello or not. I think probably in honesty she's still figuring it out. But as she figures it out, she gonna make him feel like the king of the castle, and she knows what to do. She knows, like what the other women aren't gonna do. She uses what she got. And so, is it dark arts? Yeah, it is, because I'm not convinced that she's super moved by him. With the way she look and her finesse, I don't know. Some makes me feel like she could do a little better than Bello, but she's also on the show, so maybe she can't. But anyway, in the meantime, in between time, she gonna get the votes and use what she got to get what she want. So that's really what it is. I mean, you could call it dark arts. I really feel like it's just common sense. What Christina's doing is foolish. As Jay said, that's not even how you get no man money not being that obvious. That's not how you get a man's money being that obvious. That was just crazy. So, yep.
Okay, I hear you. We're going to move on to the next scene then. Before I do, let me just shout out some of the members that have joined also. I want to say shout out to Black Butterfly 504 for joining the membership. We appreciate you. It's good to have you on this platform. We also have Blondie Monique 1932. Shout out to you as well for joining the membership. We always appreciate you as well. And we got Pierre Sabi. Okay, welcome to the members as well. We got a special one because someone donated 10 memberships as well. So when people do those kind of things, I just gotta play a little something, Mm-hmm.
Who are you? My name is a pimp named Slickback.
That's right. You know what I mean? So we're going to appreciate you for, buying 10 memberships for people to also enjoy the show as well. Shout out to High Vibe 001. Thank you, as always, for supporting. I know you're a long time member as well. For those of you who are watching, if you want to be part of the conversation and you want to be able to chat in the chat because you're enjoying the conversation, we've got 305 people in the room, then make sure you join our membership. It's £1 and $1. Yes, I'm not here to break the bank. I would say something in UK. We say we don't want to bust your balls. Okay, that's a phrase that we say. Yes, we don't want to bust your balls. Take it how you want to take it. Okay, I know that's 2 in a row there for you, but don't worry about it. Okay, all right. So we're gonna get on with the rest of the show. But again, if you want to join the membership, there is a $sign below the chat. Click on it, join the membership as well, so you can also engage in the politicking in the chat. All right, let's get to the next one as well, because of course there is some other things that happened on that conversation. There was Devon and Dominique. They had a conversation. I want to give you guys perspective on this conversation. Hold on now. Here we go.
What about me do you want?
Everything.
At this point, my connection with Bello is pretty intense, but I want to pull back some layers with Devon.
Thank you for letting me meet your mom too.
On FaceTime yesterday.
Yeah.
If you FaceTime me, you're liable to meet anybody in my family because I'm always with my family.
Okay. Now, actually, I didn't play the clip the way I wanted to, but they mentioned about having kids, and he was talking about having adopted kids in that space. Do we believe that Devon has been all the way true about liking Dominique, or is he just intrigued about how fine she is? Is he actually liking who she is or how fine she is? Yeah. Yes, Seaway, go for it.
Just infatuated. That's it. He over here agreeing to anything. agreeing not to have kids when he just said he wanted to have kids, agreeing to this, agreeing to that. He just running his mouth. He's unserious. And that's the reason. That's another reason why she ain't taking him serious. She want a grown man, you know, where she could decide, you know, hey, she don't want to have any more kids naturally. They want to do something, they could do something. He just saying anything. And that's also why she tried to humble him about meeting her mom. Because that's why she was like, no, if you call me, you can meet anybody, babe. It ain't that serious. No, he just saying anything.
I hear you. Elsie?
Yeah, she made sure that she had the Red Sea between them because she was not getting that close for him to even think he could dip in and try to snag a kiss at all. And he did, even though he did clock that she cooked Bello's favorite food, it was all catering for Bello's taste buds. He's still trying, you know, something. It's like, you know, dude, can you not read the tea leaves in the cup that she's drinking? Can you not read the tea leaves? She's not interested at all. At all. And as Seaway said, you know, yeah, you know, thank you for meeting my mother. It could have been anybody. And you didn't actually meet her. She was already on the phone with me. I just plugged you in. She tried to really, really downplay it really quickly. And the whole adoption thing, we don't even know if she shared it as she shared with Bella. We don't know how it was edited. We don't know if she shared other things because she's like, oh, if I don't have, you know, other kids, it wasn't as intense as the way she was sharing it with Bella. So
because
yes,
she had already had that conversation and Dum Dum forgot, or she forgot. One of them forgot. She had that whole conversation already, and then they had it again. So she was like, yeah, we talked about this," or he was like, "Yeah, we talked about this." One of them, they had already had that conversation before.
Because I think he's calling her every day, because you know what? I don't think that he would even be in the stratosphere that she's orbiting. And he's just as mesmerized by the fact that he has even access to have a conversation or be in her presence.
So yeah, but Elsie, you gotta understand, he don't care that it's a long shot. He finna stick around as long as he got a shot.
Exactly, and she's gonna let him think there's hope because she need a vote.
There you go.
We're playing the game, but he just playing the infatuated game, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
While he done sent a Cash App.
Well, let's keep watching them, ladies, because I want to give him the benefit of doubt. You know what I'm saying? I'm just handing out benefits today, you know? So I want to give him the benefit of doubt. I want to just keep watching this brother as he continues, because I feel like if I'm sending one lady Cash Apps, knowing that these ladies probably going to be talking and doing all these things, I'm telling another lady, I want all of her, 9 kids and all, you know. I'm sitting with this other one, letting her share her life story. I'm telling her my real story. He still got his options out here. He too needs votes as well. He may be just playing the long game with some of these ladies, as long as they let him. So I see them as they see each other. Like, we in this, I need your vote, you need mine. Let's continue on this little path. We can flirt on this TV show and look good on each other and stuff like that. Keep it PG. I keep it PG with you. We can rock this thing out, buddy. All right, friend. Let's do this. That's what it's given to me. Because if he's foolish enough to sit here and say, I will not have real kids with you because I want to have fake kids with you because I'm just so much into you. Lord Jesus, help us all. And like, seriously, help us all. You know, let me just stop there because I'm gonna get worse. Let me just stop.
No, don't stop. You continue, man. Give us a game in its rawest format. Feel free.
No. This was about to just be raw. No game. It's just about to be raw thoughts. No, we can't do this. No, because I don't need nobody banned for my mistakes.
Elsa, you want to say something, Elsa? Go for it.
I was about to say, go ahead, because you his cheerleader.
Hey, you're right. I am campaigning. Go, Devin. He's our man. If nobody knows do it, he can. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. Shit, he got it.
Anybody can do it in velvet. He can.
What is that? Velvet? I
Don't worry,
can't.
Devin.
I'm giving him benefit of doubt though. He might be playing a little bit of a game, but if he can get it, listen, some brothers out here, true game. There are some men out here will shoot outside of their league in hopes that they make the shot. Sometimes with persistence, they do make the shot.
True.
So he might also just be hoping he can crack that one time while still pull what he wants or what he truly needs.
True. Okay. No, you ain't lying. Sean?
Yeah, I don't have like nothing unique to add to what everybody else has said. Just that I feel like you got an A team and you got your B team, right? And I think that what's his name, Bello? I think that's the A, and Devin's a strong B, B team for her, and I think they're both playing it very well. I don't think he's all in on her because he did observe like, hey, she could have made me some sushi, which is wild. Maybe she could have ordered him some sushi, but made sushi. Hey, is it possible? Anything is possible. Sure. So I think that, yeah, they like each other, but I think that the verdict is still out and they're playing it safe because it's so early in the game.
Amen.
That's why he the deacon.
That's indeed why he's a deacon. Okay, well, let's move on to the next scene that was happening. I love the thoughts on this one. Okay, all right.
As I told you, men care about their money, right? And in order for a man to show he really cares, he has to spend some money. So for me, I asked 3 different men. My body's so sore, I feel like I need a massage. One answer was, dang, I would love to, but I'm not in the position.
Now, let me stop it before copyright hits. We need to find out what you ladies' thoughts were on Christine having this conversation with Bello and what we thought about it. Because I can't lie, Christine is a beautiful woman. She's this beautiful woman. And then when I saw her do that, I said, yuck, nasty work, baby girl. I need you to lie to me. I need you to manipulate me. This was everything but that. Okay, all right? You got to make the lie look sexy. I need to be a little bit delusional. You know what I mean? Like you sell me the dream that I want you to sell to me. I know it's a dream. I know it's a fantasy. I want you to sell it to me correctly. This was awful. Okay, all right? Awful from my perspective. I want to get you guys' thought processes on this. Seaway, you've opened your mic. You're ready to go. Go for it.
Hold up. Before I know everyone's going to say she's awful, but I thought about something real quick. Delivery trash, but let me help y'all out. So you know what Ready to Love, right? I know it's time for me to give my benefits of the doubt, right? You know what Ready to Love, right? They pay for all the dates. They do all the things. And so Christine looks like a woman who comes from, I think she's going to mention in the future, like her parents are still together. She seems like she has very strict boundaries, high boundaries. She knows that a man really shows you that he wants you by his money, and I would say also his time. So she's trying to get to it, ASAP to figure out like who's really with it. I think the problem is, I don't even think it's about the money. I think she's trying to whittle people down artificially. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind her trying to see like what man is either going to put in his time or effort, but you can't force it. I think the issue is the force. I think, and Jay was saying this later, like with the game. Yeah, like find a way to see if a man's going to spend money, but you got to do it a different way. Like, I'm trying to think of a different way it could be done. I can't even think of it right now, but because I don't really think like that. Like, it has to be more organic. But the situation is going to come up where a man is going to have the opportunity to spend money on you outside of the show process. And that's when you have to wait for that. You can't be hitting 3 men up, asking for the same thing, and then the experiment goes left, and then you gonna tell on yourself that the experiment went left. If the experiment went like the experiment went for her, I would have took that to the grave. You had one broke dude, one dude that gave you half of what you wanted, and then another dude who pretended like he didn't get your message. No, I'm not even telling that went like that. But that's my thought.
But I wouldn't call Chris as broke. I think Chris clocked her and said, I'm not giving you my money.
The first one said, I ain't got it.
Right.
That was Chris.
And I would tell her that, even if I have it.
No, I'm not saying I know. I'm going to say I don't have it for you. I'm not going to say I ain't got it.
But it don't matter. I'll tell you I ain't got it. It don't matter.
But okay, Elsie, you like lying to folks. I'm not finna lie to nobody. I'm just going to tell you I ain't got it for you. If I say I ain't got it, then I'm calling you broke.
I really am putting him in that category. But I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
So, as to what you're saying, Seaway, I'm fully with you or whatever. And I was listening to her, and I was expecting her to go there. And she went left soon as she was like, yeah, I asked 3 men for money. So as soon as you started pitting the men together, that's when she really, really lost me. She lost me a little bit before then, too, because I was really expecting her to be like, you know, I know men they hold money in value. So if a man is spending money on you, it's showing that he likes you or whatever. The little insinuation, the little suggestion of, I'm going to ask you for some money later on in life and I'm going to need you to give me that money. She was not planting those seeds properly. She just poured them on the ground, poured water on top of it and hope the seed grow. Like, girl, what is you doing? You got to dig deep up in there and plant that shit up in that brain. So he know later on when I say, babe, I need a massage. Here you go. Matter of fact, you already got a card already. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? And then you sat here and pitted these men against each other and they don't know you. Like, you don't even know these men. You don't even know what type of men they are. There are some men that are like competition. So they be like, yeah, okay, let me see. Let me do this. I'll trick off on you. But when you are actually dealing with real marks, these are not real marks. Like Chris is telling you, I don't have it like that right now. Seriously? Okay. But you're still considering him while you're scolding this other man for not even responding to your text. Like crazy work to me. Anyway, neither here nor there. The other man, like y'all said, gave her half the money. But I'm going to brag to the ladies that he gave me half the money. Like, what are you doing? This experiment, like you said, Seaway, is all the way wrong to start from bottom. And then the last man is just like, sis, I'm just going to ignore you and hopefully you'll be over it by the time I text you back later on. You making us all look stupid out here, like with this right here. This
failed experiment.
I'm not dying on this hill with this lady. I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. I can't.
I do, but Jay, I think we both agree. I know what she was trying to do.
I agree.
But it's just the way she went about it is hustling backwards, in my opinion.
Definitely hustling backwards. She has set City Girls back for the winter. You can't afford to be sitting back for the winter.
Yeah, and definitely like Felicia said, it's also a failed power play to Bello because Bello straight pretend like he didn't even see her message. That would have pissed me off.
Reverse Uno.
C person, ain't it too early for these requests? I mean, 1,000%. I said this is not the way you go about it. I don't think men or women should be asking for nothing this early. It's crazy.
You got to plant your seeds, babe. You can't do it like this. Now the man out there suggesting I need a massage. You can do that all day. Drop that little dime. Like if I get a massage, that would be great. Ooh, I can't wait to see my masseuse. Oh, something like something. And he'd be like, "Babe, you need something? You want it? Hey, go for it."
And you tell that to me, and I'm gonna be the masseuse. So just be careful what you ask for.
And Ed,
I'll come with a table in tow and all and the oils, the eucalyptus.
Okay, another Cisco. Sean
No
Turner
worries.
to Cisco.
We'll light a candle. You know, I got the steam vaporizer. I got everything set up.
And I'll bill you at the
So,
end, Sean. I'll bill you at the end. No worries. Thank you.
hey, by the time I'm finished with that massage, I don't think a bill will be on your mind. Okay? And if it is, then I didn't do my job right.
A bill or two. You moving in, sweetie, if you did your job right.
Hey, now we're talking. I got a home now.
But
Look,
she's way too pretty. She's way too pretty for these shenanigans. See, how we were talking about Dominique is using what she got to give. Come on now, Christina, you could be using what you got to get what you want. You hustling backwards.
The problem I had with her, she gave the whole game up. Why are you telling him this was the whole game? Why don't you say, don't even talk about you didn't send me funds. It's like, oh, I didn't hear from you all day. That's it. Why are we putting out the whole playbook in front of this man you're trying to play?
She the woman version of Vince.
Truly.
Just saying anything because it sounds good.
Yeah, I thought it was tasteless. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a person that is generous, but as I'm getting to know somebody, if you are that right out the gate, being that forthcoming, and not only do you do that, you do it to multiple guys that are in communication with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing if you do it, to multiple guys that aren't interconnected. All these guys are interconnected. Everybody that is part of this whole dating game is for people to be talking. And I just think it's a little tacky and a little tasteless that she did that, and it blew up in her face. And I would be Bello, because when I get outrageous text, I will ignore you, and I'm gonna make it uncomfortable, and then you're gonna have to bring it up to me. And then we're gonna be like, so is that how you normally date? So when you meet a guy within a couple of weeks, you throw out requests, and so then it becomes transactional. So then I can ask you for things, right? How does that work? Like, what are we doing? Are we ready to love? Or are we ready to just play games? So I don't know. I didn't like it at all.
Change.
Hey, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So if we because I'm sorry,
it make me holler for a dollar.
It sounded extremely transactional, and I just just want to understand, like, how does this usually work? Now, again, some guys, like, the old boy Devin, he hit her up with the $300. So I think she should have, instead of trying to get every guy
180, Sean, 180.
180. You get the guy who bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cast a wide net to get the one that is down with it. You really think you're gonna pull 3 for 3? Like, I think that's really you're playing. Like, you're tripping, you're bugging. If you think 3 out of 3 guys are just gonna bite that bullet and be like, okay, I got some money, I'm gonna send it to you. You found the one guy that was willing and sent you 180.
See, it works when I don't tell
past performance is not a future predictor. So in this instance, it didn't work 3 for 3. And then you have to learn how to pivot. And that's the problem. She didn't learn how to pivot when she got the response. And then you wanted to follow up and have an inquisition after Dominique done made him some oxtail, a full-blown meal, and you got your hand shaped like a teacup begging. And you ain't gave nothing
for a deposition,
but a nasty attitude and a sense of entitlement. Pack it up, Buttercup.
His belly full with the other woman's food, Sean.
That's it. So she's lacking. She was caught lacking in 4K.
She ain't no diva.
Timing, people. Timing is everything in the game. You know what I'm saying?
And if
it's
I'm
not
Devin,
timing, Jay. Just
No, this is timing. No, just listen to what just was said. That was definitely timing as well. Just listen to what was said. You're telling this man how he did not send you any cash and how other men did or responded to when you asked for some cash. While his belly is full off of some oxtail, another lady maid who brought him a drink and a kiss to the door without even asking with her hand out for anything. Girl, your timing is way off.
Wait, hold up. Danielle raises a great question. Is Christina embezzling money? Is this larceny? Like, what is this? Because did she ever even get the massage? And if I'm Devin, I'm pissed because did you just hustle me out of $180?
Why, yes.
Did she even go?
But it ain't tricking if you got it.
But my thing is, let's say Devin is just being a nice guy and was like, you really need a massage, I got you. I would be pissed to find out that you done asked 2 other dudes and this was all a scheme that Todd set up. That would really frustrate me because I'm over here doing something out the kindness of my heart. I'm telling you, young lady, you ain't getting no $300 massage off me. I'm gonna get you a normal $180 massage. Go make some work. And he did that because, you know, a lot of men want to take care of women, even if it's not their girl, whatever. I'm not going to call him a trick for that. But she over here scheming and plotting. I would be pissed. I hope she got that massage.
Devin is buying both.
Mess around with me. She would have got a gift card to Massage Envy. Okay? A $100 gift card, right? To Massage Envy with some of my points. That's what she would have got. There would be no cash exchange. It's too early for cash exchanges. Get a Massage Envy or a Red Door, whatever the spa of your choice. I'll set it all up for you, baby.
Sean,
what day you want to go? What time? I'll make it easy.
So, Sean, you've withdrawn your services?
If we're gonna go that route, then that's what it would have been. Definitely for some. If I'm gonna come up off cash, it's gonna be directly for what you asked for. So that way you can't you ain't gonna play me all the way. You can play me a little bit. You know, if you're like, I really could use it. I'd rather, we're just getting to know each other. Maybe she, says I'm not comfortable with you. Okay, I'm good. I can respect that. Massage Envy it is.
Women
no,
like
ladies, no, ladies, Sean is like Wishmaster. Be careful what you ask for. Okay, be very specific. You better have a question or ask of Sierra. Okay.
You know what the problem is that, and I know Kojo probably gonna move us along soon. Women like Christina be really giving straightforward women like me and other people a bad rap. I do not play games, but there is so many women that are so manipulative and be playing so many games. People be thinking we all be playing games like this. We do not be testing. I am in the category of women who have never be testing men. I don't be testing them.
Child, I don't be playing no games, and they think I do. They be thinking it's so serious when child. I
am dead serious. I just let a man talk. You let a man talk long enough, he gonna tell you what you need to know anyway. There's no need to test them. They gonna fail or pass on their own.
This is the quickest way for people to feel entitled and for people to feel wronged.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I think women should just listen. You should just stop talking and listen. If you stop talking and listening, it wouldn't be no need to test these men. Women be running their mouth too much and not listening. There's no need for the test. He gonna tell you he a goofy. If he a goofy, he gonna let you know.
I'm sorry, what you say, C-Way?
I'm saying these men gonna tell themselves every time. There's no need to test them. They will always tell on themselves. The problem is that I'm going to get off my soapbox. Women sometimes listen with the ear to hear what they want to hear, and then they start filling in gaps and doing nonsense. If you just stop doing that and you just listen, the men going to tell you what you need to know. There's no need to test them.
So test. Got it.
The test is listening.
Listen, I hear you all, man. You know what I mean? Timing is everything, but you're right. you don't need to test. You know what I mean as well. So I guess she's been doing it for a very long time. Like maybe it's one of her tactics she's used for a very long time, and she decided to continue it here. So well, she found out that she's not great at doing it, and she needs to, you know, fix up on that. Okay. Everyone's spoken on this topic, right? Everyone's spoken on this. Okay, we're gonna shift it again and move to the next one as well. Okay. Shout out to Bella. He said he's not gonna respond. He said I didn't even see the text, and he downright know he saw the text.
Bello act like he a dismissive avoidant. That was a very dismissive avoidant way to handle it.
I'd have done the exact same thing. I can't lie to you. I said I didn't even see that text till late.
As a woman, I'd have did the exact same thing. Like, what?
I didn't even see that text.
3 days later.
Dismissive avoidance link up. Sean and I would not handle it that way.
Did we see? I didn't even see that text. I didn't even get the text. That's what my thinking is gonna be. I didn't even get the text.
My phone was disconnected.
You know what I mean? My phone was
I
off.
would not have handled it that way.
I needed to charge my phone. I really didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Because what we gonna say? What do you want me to say in that scenario? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, I can't.
You know, we've been filming all day. I haven't even looked at my phone.
I was working.
I was busy.
I was texting somebody
I
else.
thought that was for somebody else. That's
Texting
Jay,
somebody else.
You know?
I'd be like, yeah, I thought you said that by accident. Sorry. I didn't even think that.
Sean, you're supposed to be on Seaway side.
No, I mean, I'm not off her side, but I'm just saying, like, I would have been like, oh, because that
was for me?
times I see a text message and the context just if it don't apply, I move
Let it
along.
fly.
No, Sean and I would have
Exactly.
responded, is this for me? That's how Sean and I would have responded. You sent this to me?
If I knew her, like if I knew you better, then I would just question you. If we just met 2 weeks ago, no, I'm gonna say you crazy or you sent this wasn't meant for me. You made a mistake.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd have just blocked you because I thought you was
don't know
spam.
me very well.
Yeah, I'll edit.
You
I would
don't know me
have
very
blocked
well,
it because I'd have just thought you was spam. Clearly, you spam. I got
No.
this. I'd have locked in the wrong number for this
Number is
lady.
this again? Respond. Who is this? Who is this?
Yeah, who this?
That's
Who is
what I
this?
might have said. Who is this?
Yeah, it's definitely what I would have said. What is this,
Oh,
block?
this is Christina. Did you meant this for me?
Block?
Oh, okay. You let me know when you got a few minutes to talk. We can just chop it up real quick.
So you on hard times, huh,
I
baby?
think maybe I made a mistake somewhere along the way. I made a mistake, so you know, maybe we could just get this resolved quickly.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
I'm in a bind.
Be like Love Island. Let me pull you for a chat.
Nasty work.
Can I pull you for a chat real quick?
Nasty work. All right, let me get to the next scene in there as well.
Of duty.
Everybody dug deep, sharing things that were very personal to them. And I think it helped bring us all closer together.
So this is an outfit, actually, when I had my firstborn.
Okay, so another group date again once more. We got to see you know, this is Shannon's housewarming, and you know, the ladies and the gents were talking and they had to share some vulnerable moments, which I think was really, really cool. But I want to get what your thoughts were on that. You know, how you interpreted that particular scene. Of course, we had Ed, we had Darius, we had Shannon, we had Xavier, we had Donna, all up in there, you know, just kind of chopping it up and just having seemingly cool conversations. I want to know what your thoughts were. How did you interpret some of the vulnerability by some of the people? Is it something that you would have wanted to participate in, or like how would you have seen it if you're dating someone? How would you have interpreted seeing maybe someone that you liked, you know, being more open and vulnerable on this task? I want to know your thoughts on this as well. I'm gonna start from the bottom up, and I'm gonna start with Sean. Sean, talk to me.
Yeah, just refresh my memory because I don't know if you played a clip, but I'm driving. Was this the one where LaDonna had the conversation with, what's this guy's name? The flashy guy, Darius. Is that his name?
No, this is Donna was sitting at the table with Xavier with Shannon's house, where Ed tried to massage her shoulders.
Right.
Everybody
But
shared a little bit.
I thought there was a moment when Darius got vulnerable too. Didn't he talk about his mother that had passed away?
Yes, to the whole group, not just to Donna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I only referenced her because there was a moment where when he was sharing, and to your initial question, Gojo, yes, I like the exercise. I thought this was a great exercise. I thought it allowed, everybody to just give different facets of themselves. Shannon's idea to really share something, bring something that was personal to share. I love the whole authenticity of it, and you got to see different sides. What I was hoping from Donna is that as she heard old boy being vulnerable and she was like, oh, I got to see a different side of him, I would have liked her, especially when she was on the chopping block previously, to be like, you know what, this is the side of you that I really like seeing. I'm sorry if I came off harsh or judgmental. If that happened, great, and they cut it out. I would say that if it did happen, I'm sure that would be something they show, unless they just want to villainize her, so maybe it happened. I don't think it did. I just would have liked to see that part, to show a little growth from her as well. Yeah, but I like the exercise overall.
So the question is if we like the exercise. I like the exercise. I did like the exercise a lot. I think you did say something about a man being vulnerable in a moment. For me personally, I like having deep conversations about self, your journey and all of these things like that. So for me, it would make me more attracted to you if I was already attracted to you. Otherwise, it'll probably just invest me a little bit more into who you are, as possibly putting you in a category of being a friend in my life or something like that. So for me, it would be like something that bonds us in my eyes. So I can see how that caught her attention and made her feel like more like, I'm locked in with this man. I want to get to know this man a little bit more, seeing him be vulnerable, especially in front of others. And it does like humanize a person too, in a lot of ways, where sometimes when their character or ego, whatever they're displaying, is so grand, sometimes that is masked under that, and we don't get to see that side of them. So it kind of makes them more human again. So that's always a good thing. With Donna in this particular case or whatever, for me, it was just like, though she seemed a little bit more maybe open, or I don't know, something different about herself with him, and seeing the other side of him, she's still on these questions. She just keeps firing questions. She's always like analytical about things, always calculating stuff. And she's calculating her way out of situations like so easily. Because for me, all these questions back to back, I wouldn't open up no more to her either. I wouldn't want to feel vulnerable or safe to her, because the type of person you kind of need for that is somebody just quiet and a listener. He needs a listener. And she is definitely not that. She just asks questions to get to her own strategy points and all this stuff like that, instead of trying to actually get to know a person. So I think she needs to calm down just a little bit. I'll let y'all go ahead and continue though.
Yeah, Donna realized she had a huge miscalculation, pun intended. And it humanized and kind of got us to understand a little bit more about everybody. The only thing is, as I was saying in the chat to C Perk and D Brown, Shannon's related to her work, her job, and her education. I didn't really learn, more in depth who Shannon was. It's kind of wild too. I don't know. I know Ed has kids. I know, Darius has kids. I don't know if Xavier has kids, but to have that dilation wheel around for the men in them, some men, may get, a little intimidated by it, but it is something that naturally happens to the body. But I didn't feel like I learned who Shannon was deeply. This was just in relation to her education and her work. And I would love to, like she said with her roller skates, that her dad used to take her roller skating every week. That's how they bonded as a family. That to me was a little more in depth than the dilation wheel. But it was a wonderful, wonderful way to get everybody to share, over a meal.
Yeah, I was gonna say I loved how the men in particular took the exercise very seriously. They could have brought anything, and one was the rose, one was the outfit, and I think I'm missing a few, but the things that were brought, I think they were naturally so personal and really following the assignment that they brought out natural emotion. I know y'all love to say I hate when people cry. I didn't feel nothing about the crying and the emotion in this episode, because you could tell it was very genuine, it was natural, it was normal, and it comes from actually being legitimately vulnerable. And I thought that was nice to see. And I'm glad that Donna in particular was able to see another side, since she decided to be the judge, jury, and executioner on episode 1. So I thought that was good. As far as the dilation wheel, I did note at the end of the exercise that the person who thought of the exercise followed it the least. But perhaps just sharing the amazingness of women and dilation and what she does every day is something very special to her, because women are amazing and childbirth is amazing, and perhaps that is something that is very near and dear to her, just her helping to bring life into this world. So I'm gonna leave room for that. But this is one of my favorite scenes on Ready to Love that I've seen across the season. I thought this was a very well done, thoughtful exercise. So
Okay, I'll hear it. Yeah, I like it. Let's go to another conversation that was happening within that scope as well, then, because Xavier had a conversation with Donna. And I wanted to see what y'all thought about these conversations.
And that wasn't the vibe. And that's no jab at anybody, but that's just a nod to how I prefer to live.
So has this experience made you reconsider not how fast necessarily you need to move, but how you approach dating?
Not at all.
Is Xavier moving too slow? Xavier was having a conversation with Donna, and the pacing was discussed. Xavier, is he moving too slow? You feel like he's moving too slow? Is he not moving with enough speed, or is his person just not there? Seaway.
Xavier doesn't read the room. And yes, Donna was talking to him like they were in an interview, or he was on the witness stand, which was not helping the situation. But what stood out to me is the fact that Xavier, to me, seems like one of those people who doesn't get it until his back is against the wall. He seems very rigid, very stuck in his ways, and not very adaptable. And it took him being literally about to go home, where he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to do something now. Well, sir, it's too late. Yeah, Donna may not have the best delivery, but there's been multiple people who have tried to tell him this, and he just seems like a very rigid person stuck in their ways. And that's not going to work. And there's a lot of seasons where I'm like, your person may not be here. But I just have to say, not only is this cast full of beautiful women, there's a lot of different personalities, backgrounds, and things that could be interesting to, I think, Xavier and many men. I just don't really believe that he just couldn't find anyone that he could possibly connect with on this cast. He has to take wise counsel when it's given to him and not be so rigid and stuck in his ways. And that's going to have to be something he works on, because people have been trying to give him feedback since the beginning, and he just hasn't been open to it. So.
But that's it, Seaway. I don't think he believes many of the people are wise counsel. So he's not going to listen. So I do see he has an air of him of, not listening. I'm not saying, the whole Lauren twirl thing. No, he, has agency over himself, whether he twirls or not. But I don't think he listens. But he already had put, remember, Diamond in the friend group. He'd put a lot of the people off to the side. Also when Christina, the second mixer, was like, hey, we haven't had a chance to chat. He's like, because you had your running shoes on. I don't think he didn't, or we didn't see any clips of Xavier really pursuing anyone, really showing any interest in anyone. So I would give that there, that I don't know if he showed any interest. She was asking him, should his pace change? And then she asked him, should his dating change? And his dating probably won't change, but of course the speed of it has to change, because you have to find someone in what, less than a month, less than 4 weeks, however long they film. You have to find someone, so you have to go follow your same dating pattern if you want, because it was unsuccessful, but you're gonna have to pick up the speed, sir.
Well, I would.
Now,
He thinks very
the
highly
only
of
thing,
himself. Go ahead,
the only
Sean.
thing I would say is, I don't know whose idea, who set this plot up, but I'm definitely, I agree with everything you said about the brother. He needs all that help and advice, but I'm going to take it from the person that was just in the bottom and almost got eliminated like 2 days ago. This is the messenger. Like, I don't know. I'll be looking at her like, ma'am, can you share with me what you learned? Like what you learned from 2 days ago? Because that's what I would want to hear. Like, that would kind of get me to move off my square, to be like, maybe I need to do something different. Be like, hey, listen, I was in the bottom, just 24 hours ago, and I had to self-evaluate and look at what I'm going to do different. But not you sitting up here. I'm like, meat pot. Yeah, that would have been my thing, though.
But Sean, he been on the bottom twice. Donna been on the bottom once.
Okay, Shot, I have that to say to that. All I was gonna add before Jay go. I don't think people realize Xavier thinks very highly of himself. He thinks very highly of himself. He is one of them people that, I'm not saying he need to be humble, but the way he tried to son Diamond, the lawyer, before she went home, he think he that one in that too. Okay, he think he supposed to. I don't know who he think he's supposed to have. He think he supposed to have a baddie that's gonna chase him, not just be a baddie, but it's gonna chase him. I don't know what world he living in, but he's muy aburrido. Okay, very boring.
Well, listen,
said,
he said
Seaway.
he's a slow burn. And he's a slow burn. Like,
We're going to let him
y'all
burn
defend the ladies
somewhere
that be
else.
slow burning.
Hey, we're going to let him burn somewhere else. He can continue to burn on. Let him be. Because I agree with Seaway. He thinks he is much more than... Okay, shut up, Gemini. Yeah, I agree with Seaway. I rest my case.
Thank you, Jay. It really ain't nothing else to say. Who gonna be the girls? When men like Xavier, who's gonna be the girls?
Was he? I wonder if Christina asked him for a sponsorship.
Nah, that she wouldn't have done. She ain't stupid. Xavier would have cussed her out from left to right, up to down. Okay, he'd be like, "The F you think this is?" And she knew better than that. She knew better than that. You tried it.
Now, we're not going to shame a guy that's a little introverted. He's just introverted. He needs to come out of his shell. I support all of that. But I don't think he wants to be chased.
Oh, I fully think he wants to be chased.
He's just reserved. He's a guy that's like a little on the shyer side. He's sussing everybody out. He might be like, is my person here? He might be judgy. I'll give you that. But I don't see from him that he wants to be chased. He just wants to watch and take his time. But this is not the process or the show for that. We ain't got time for you to be sitting around for weeks and weeks seeing who you like the most.
Well, I guess unfortunately for us, we haven't got to the level where we're gonna see if he wants to be chased or if he wants to be the girls. And so because we hadn't got there, I'm convinced he want to be the girls. He's the baddie, come find me.
My thing is, he don't want to be chased or whatever, but he don't want to wait. He just here to waste time. That's what he really here to do. So if you give him the time, he's going to waste it. Because if you want to take all your time to figure out if you like anybody or don't like anybody, you just wasting everybody's time.
You know what? Maybe Sean's right. Maybe he want to be on the Corey Black 10-year plan. Maybe he don't want to be chased. Maybe he just wants to put these women on them 10-year plans. Maybe that's what it is.
Wasting time. Who got 10 years at the? Okay,
He wanted a 10-year plan. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Corey gonna get you.
He know about that 10-year plan.
I'm putting myself in timeout.
It's a 5-year plan. It's a 5-year plan.
Okay. Let's go to the next.
Right.
The next scene.
Pop an opportunity. So, kids are like, why did you start boxing? And then you get the, have you ever been knocked out?
Wait, have you been knocked out?
Never.
Oh, okay.
But, these hands aren't just made for her, protection as well.
Yo, she is smiling from ear to freaking ear, blood. Yeah, whatever sauce he's given, she is lapping it up, bro. Okay, I want to get your thoughts on on Chana and also on our good sis. Sorry, our good sir Ed as well. I want to get your thoughts on these two. Okay.
Hold on, question before the thoughts. Is this the same person who was slow walking the baddie with the reddish hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's think about that. Yeah. Let's think about that for a sec. Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What's your look? Do we see that Ed is really liking her, or is this a case of Ed just playing around, playing games? I want to know your thoughts. Okay. I want to know your thoughts on this. Ed playing around? He actually likes her, or is he playing games?
I don't know why we act like the two could have to be separate from the other. You know what I'm saying? It can be both. However, in this field, in this occasion, I do feel he feels comfortable and safe around her. I do feel he can be softer, where he don't have to be so guarded or tough or whatever, especially if he comes from a world of before boxing where he just had to box just to survive anyway. If that's his background, I don't really know his story. But if it's something like that, she gives him the space to be him, a childlike side of him, a softer side of him, a more at peace side of him or whatever and stuff. And at a certain age, especially with men, I'm not trying to speak for y'all, but I feel like at a certain age, y'all just really do want peace. Y'all don't want to keep being at war with a whole bunch of things or whatever. Y'all just want to enjoy something in life and just chill. And she brings that softer side out of him. And then on the flip side of it, and I know we'll get into it a little bit later. Well, probably not me because I got to get to work, but this is the opposite of what Vincent is, which is a safe space for a woman, where it is this shell of a man that is actually hard and a protector, however, still has this softer side of him that is embracing and loving and allows a woman in and is just like vulnerable enough for us to feel comfortable and safe in your presence. So it was like a good little mixture of what something close to a healthy relationship looks like, because we don't know all they little kinks just yet or whatever and stuff like that, but like a start of a healthy relationship where two people are kind of like genuinely engaged and are kind of healthy for each other, so to speak, if y'all understand what I'm saying.
I do indeed. Seaway, what's your thoughts on Ed and Shanna?
I really like that he is impressed by her. He seems, is this the one who called her like Michelle Obama?
Chris also called her that.
Oh, I can't. Okay, Chris did too. Well, he seems to be very, very impressed by her. And I think that is the sign that you want in a man. She appears to be like a dream girl type for him. And I think if we get to that, is the difference between perhaps her and then the other young lady who's also very beautiful. You know, you want to be the dream girl to the guy that you end up with, and he just seems uber impressed, and that's what you need to be looking for if you're a woman. And so I like their connection. She seems into him. And I just like that, you know, he's into her. But is this the one with the high school sweetheart?
Oh wait, he was talking to Nicole that whole time. I was not paying attention. That was the one that's been chasing him way back in the day.
Nicole was chasing him back in the day, and now he's looking at her.
Okay, that's not who he was having okay, that's not who he was over here touching and stuff on the couch. That was Michelle Obama, right?
No, that's not Michelle Obama. That's Shannon. That's another young lady.
Okay. All I said stands with Shannon. Okay, never mind. All right.
I thought Shannon's Michelle Obama.
Yeah,
Shannon is Michelle Obama, but Shannon is not the one that was in love with him since college.
No, that's the other lady.
That's the other lady.
Nicole.
Okay, that's fine. Long as I wasn't speaking, I thought I was speaking on the other lady as far as how they interaction with the touchy feely and all that of it all. Okay, I got the right lady. Never mind, y'all. Excuse me.
I'm crying.
Yeah, they favor each other.
I'm trying hard to remember these people. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Again, I side eye Ed.
He's the one who had the high school sweetheart.
Yes, but he was wild in college, so he was, clearly playing her while he was playing the field in college. But anyway,
he got kids with the high school sweetheart, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He married.
And so they grew apart. Yeah, and they grew apart.
Yeah, and you're not gonna figure out too much about that if that's his child's mother that he's known pretty much his whole life. If there are some things that they grew apart that are not very flattering, he's not going to put it on national TV, so we're not going to know.
To be honest with you, it's expected because in high school, we're not having real conversations, like real life conversations a lot of times anyway. We lusting and all this other stuff, and by the time we start going through actual changes in life. What the heck is that?
Hello?
What's that? That's Kojo?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's me. That's my Instagram playing.
Daggone it.
I'm dead.
Let's move to the next topic.
Okay, please.
But yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all could do. I think Ed was playing. I think he was still shooting his shot, but I think Ed was playing. These hands aren't just made for protection. They're also made. Could you touch my hands? Could I touch my hands on you? Ed playing. I'm sorry.
Are we not allowed to play?
Kojo watching cartoons.
Lord, y'all can ruin a wet dream. I mean, this is just.
That's what I'm like. Damn, can he not play a little bit?
Beginning. What? It's like, God dang, what you want them to be? Xavier's too uptight.
Who's y'all?
Now, Seaway, don't be obtuse. You know I ain't talking about you.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because I didn't say nothing. Except about Kojo cartoons. That's all I'm talking about.
It's the second week in a row this happened.
Out on you.
That's your favorite.
Everybody playing at this point.
What I'm saying is, I clocked
conversation.
It wasn't finesse. I'm sorry. He thought it was finesse. It was not at all. But anyway, I side eye Ed for a lot. So
why you side eye Ed, Elsie?
Oh, Ed irks my nerves, but I side eye him. I see. You know what? I see too much of his game. I see too much of the game playing, and he thinks it's kind of under the radar. But I pick it up.
Okay. Yeah, I think Ed is actually who people think the Mr. Player from the Himalayas is. I think Ed is actually the one they think he is. It seems like the other guy actually got a real sweet side to him.
Darius, yeah.
Yeah.
Darius wear his fur on the outside. I guess Ed keeps his, indoors.
I'm hollering.
Okay. I mean, personally, like I said, I think Ed is being genuine. He looks very genuine when he's talking to her. I think, does he have a little bit of a player ways in him? Certainly, because that's never going to leave you if you've always been one when you're younger. But I definitely can see that he was intrigued by her. I'm not saying that it's going to be the perfect thing, but he definitely was intrigued by her, like at least enough to be able to like slow it down, be gentle, you know, just talking, you know, in the space of just kind of seemingly being invested to try and get to know her a little bit better. So I'm looking at him as a positive right now. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him as a positive right now. He may be a game player from the Himalayas, but I think he's positive. You know, I think he's positive. You know, but Shannon's such an innocent soul. You know, you just don't want to see her get hurt. You know, but I need her to get rid of them pearls. They need to go.
Why you got beef with the pearls?
They got to go.
Kojo,
Okay.
that's a sign of class, bro.
Yeah, what's wrong with the
Oh,
pearls?
they gotta go, man. They gotta go.
How come her pearls aren't old lady, but the lady in Philly was old lady?
She's an old. That's what I said about. I've already said about her. It feels old ladyish.
Who you talk about the lady with the statement necklace? Come on now, El Cid. The statement necklace and the pearls are two different things, and you know it.
I don't care how.
You know that damn costume jewelry, the big old pearls.
Right. One is classic and timeless, and one is just ages you.
Well, can we have one scene without the pearls? How about that? Just one.
Exactly. I don't need to put it down. She don't need to
What
remind
is
us
wrong
that she's
with
part of
y'all?
any particular.
Y'all got beef for her pearls.
Them pearls got to go. The same way you don't like a velvet shirt. Them pearls.
Then what's she supposed to clutch?
Ed's hands.
In the neck.
Ed's hands. Clutch
The veins
Ed's
in the
hands.
neck.
Kojo, is there another kind of pearl necklace that you wouldn't mind her wearing?
There ain't no pearl necklace that she can wear. Get rid of it all.
Here comes the
Get rid of it all.
unsaved deacon.
Do you know what a pearl necklace is, Kojo?
I have no clue.
Thank you for teaching
I'm
him.
just trying to say,
I don't
like,
think you would. I don't think you would mind that one.
I don't think he would mind either. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I
Do
don't
not
think you would
follow that
mind if
rabbit
she
hole,
wore that
Kojo.
pearl necklace.
Do not follow the rabbit hole.
I mean, you can wear
I
her
would.
pearl necklace. You wouldn't mind then, huh?
I have no clue what it is, and I'm not
Kojo,
going to
do
research
not-
it either.
Y'all have lost.
Elson, don't save him. He's
Kojo,
grown.
do
He's
not.
a grown man, Elson. Don't help him out.
This is a YouTube strike if you do go down that rabbit hole.
I won't be, don't worry.
Not sitting here, Elson trying to bait Sean all night.
With this.
Elson been trying to bait Sean all night. And
Trying
here
to be
she
the
go.
deaconess.
Oh
You know,
no!
the
Say
chaplain.
on the channel. I don't know what
Nobody
y'all
gonna
talking
get
about.
no.
See where? Leave it
Kojo
alone.
don't even know what we talking about.
I have no
See
clue.
where it's best that you don't know what you talk about. We need somebody to bail us out.
Oh.
Exactly. Somebody has to have plausible deniability.
Not they think Sean ovulating. Sean out here ovulating.
Not Sean ovulating.
He is.
I'm not ovulating. I'm testiculating.
I didn't know the male version of it, so that's what you're
doing. Jay like that, huh? I'll pick up my feet tonight, boy.
I'm so tickled by it.
I didn't know y'all had a cycle. I learned something.
We do, and it's a whole lot more regular than yours. It ain't a once a month cycle.
Oh, whoops, I learned something today. Thank you.
Y'all are tripping. I'm glad I
They say
learned
get the
nothing that you're talking
dilation
about.
chart. I'm dead.
I'm gonna keep myself innocent. Yeah, I'm gonna keep myself
Yeah,
innocent.
please stay innocent, Kojo, and I'm innocent too because I don't know what they talking about.
I
And
don't know
ain't
what
trying
I'm
to-
talking about.
That's that.
Carry on. Okay, we moving on.
All right, Chief.
All right.
Okay. Let's move on to Lauren. Oh my gosh, you know I'm crazy. Lauren and Cardi.
We'll fill
but she
you in
also had
after backstage.
don't fill me in. I don't want to know nothing about it. Sounds bad to me. Lauren obviously and Cardi, and obviously Lauren and Cardi and Lauren and Vince as well, right? So because Vince was talking about sharp, but they have a conversation here, Lauren and Cardi as well. Let's see what they're saying.
Yeah, so I've been about like 60 hours now, which is not a lot, but you know, sometimes when you have kids, you got to do other things that take a step back. So it's like that's what I really want to like focus up and then do.
I appreciate Cardi because he's funny, he's sweet and confident. So
I want to know your thoughts on Lauren and Cardi and Vince. Vince was saying to her about sharp, telling her sharp and everything. But what's your thoughts on Lauren and Cardi? Is that going to work? Do you think it's going to work? Do you think it's going to be something? You know, because she said it's nice and sweet, but do we think it's going anywhere?
I like conversations they were having. You know, it was good. This is still new, fresh beginning. It may have potential to grow. We see how they water this thing or whatever and stuff like that. As far as she is, it sounds like she's going to need some people on her team. So she's, I guess, going to have to do some work because I guess the spin thing is not working out too well for her. Beautiful woman. So I don't know. I think, like Seaway said, me and her had a conversation. A lot of people are probably intimidated by her height. So it's probably a thing there. And then she does give off a little bit more masculinity at times. So it's I see where some of her issues might be coming in as far as attaching to some of these men attaching to her. As far as Cardi is concerned, it's good to see him opening up and tapping into his own experience. Hopefully we get to see more of the Cardi experience and it gets better, because that start was a little rough. Vince, Lord Jesus, he was triggering me. Okay, I'm not going to even hold y'all. He was triggering me because I be having to work with people like Vince. It takes a while before you can really fully tune them out. So all that sharp stuff that he was doing, I'm praying that he's on the actual spectrum and just not this annoying in real life, like on purpose, intentional. Because if he's just doing this intentionally, whatever the ick is, he would definitely give it to people. I can see it like real easy. And I can tell that it's going to start wearing off to the men, because everybody in that room had to keep hearing him scream sharp like that. And I'm pretty sure it got to a point it was so annoying. Editing had probably had a hard time trying to edit it all out and stuff like that so we can actually hear the other conversations of the other people. If you didn't want to be on the show and actually be here, seriously, sir, you should have just not. But he's a character, so you know how they like to do. They probably keep him on a lot longer than I would like to see him on. But that's all I got for it right now.
Wait.
I don't have much about their conversation because they're, it's a new couple. I was just happy to see Lauren talk to somebody because she don't get a lot of airtime. So she's so pretty, so I was really excited to see her talk to somebody. But it got to be the height thing that's limited it. I'm assuming that's what it is, and maybe it's something else. I don't know. But their conversation was fine. I do want Cardi, for all of our sake, to just pick 2 hairstyles and really get us used to that. I want to get us used to 1 or 2 hairstyles. It's every episode is a different hairstyle. I just want him to lock in on one of them, 1 or 2. But yeah, we'll see.
Gotcha. Sean?
If I'm being 100% honest, I didn't really.
Wait, say again.
Did Sean just drop off?
I said I wasn't really paying attention
to the scene, so I could filibuster and make some stuff up, but in the interest of time, I'll spare it.
Not Abby done ate Sean Mike. We don't know what the hell he's done. Abby done ate the mic.
Mike was doing Scooter Wolf.
Abby said, "Get home. I'm tired of you anyway."
No, well, he basically said he ain't got much time. He ain't saying much about them. Elsid?
I agree. Cardi need to pick a hairstyle and run with it. My vote is for his natural curly look, but I'm distracted by the hair. I really don't think.
Elsie, what hairstyle did he have last week? Because that was the winner. Which
the
one
curly
was
natural look, the curly look, where he said he and Ashanti were twinning with the hair.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
So
yeah, I like
after
that
the first night, he spent all night taking the braids out so we could get the curly effect, and then he spent all night last night blowing it out. I mean, he's taking up a whole lot of hair time. But anyway,
Well, he better stop all that hair stuff because he got it bleached already, and you putting all that heat up in it. You know that's just gonna break it all off. You ain't gonna have none. So he got to pick a side now.
He's giving us the Cardi experience, okay? So, yeah. But here's the thing. I don't think Lauren liked that man. She was sitting so far away and bent away from him. Though she's saying that he's confident and he's nice and he's all that, I don't see it, and I don't really feel it. But again, that date, I really think that both ladies were put off by Vince, either by the sharp or Ashanti was put off by his sharp response. Are you getting to that, Kojo, or should I wait on that? The Vince and Ashanti?
You can go into it because that's literally what I'm going into next. Do you want to play the clip? You can continue after. I'll play it for you and you can go straight into it. Yeah. I'll literally have it up ready for you so you can.
Did you hear that?
Right this second?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but did you hear that then?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I don't have it in me to go back.
Yes, Vince's sharp response. Go for it.
Who's gonna be the girls? Who's gonna be the girls, LC?
The girls for what?
Who's gonna be the girls?
I'm lost. The girls for what?
We competing with the girls, Seaway. We competing with the girls.
Oh my God, Elsa is a comedian. She's gonna get it. Elsa, all you need to know is we just got to figure out who gonna be the girls, okay, Elsa? That's all I want to know.
Okay.
All right.
I think it's a lost in translation with Vince. I think he's not listening or hearing to do anything other than respond, because I didn't hear her translate his words any differently. And I think he was kind of like, you need to get my words right because I know you're going to take this into the ladies' lounge and you need to get it right. He was sharp. And I was like, really? And then for the others to hear you from around the way, Vince is off-putting. I'm sorry. Sorry, that was my watch.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Wait, you said Vince was sharp?
With Ashanti in that clip, in that whole scene.
Yeah, in that moment, but at the same time he was dull because as you're trying to explain and you ask a person, did you get it like that the first time? And they're telling you no, and that's why you're actually explaining it in the first place all over again, because if they got it like that the first time, they wouldn't be questioning you. Had you said it like that the first time, but you gave some smart little remark, so they had to figure out what the heck is really going on. Like, sir, read the room. You have no self-awareness. Vince has no self-awareness at all. And he just thinks it's like okay to be a certain type of douche. And it's not. Just because you think things doesn't mean that they have to be said like that. And don't get me wrong, I have dealt with people from Detroit. I know a lot of them that are like this and stuff like that. They just say whatever. And I had to talk to a few of them a few times to be like, I know you think it and it sounds good because you thought it. But again, delivery was trash. Timing was trash. And that's why you're having a longer time expressing yourself and having to explain yourself over and over with people because you have not figured out your delivery is trash a lot of times. And with the things that you're saying just does not comprehend in a way that others understand it.
Well, I gotta say, and Katie says who gonna be the boys. I thought it was who gonna be the girls, but honestly, who gonna be both of them? Because right now is a lot of confusion. What I do want to say is that I agree with El Cid in the way that I don't understand what was so difficult to understand about what the hell Vince said. I thought what he said the first time was clear. What he said later was clear. It was very clear for me. I understood it. I don't know why I needed double, triple, and a third explanation. No. But all that finger pointing, all that directing, all that this and that, and all that elevation in his voice, gotta go. Then we find out later that you calling people bees and hoes and tall bees and little bees and short bees and around the way bees. I'm trying to figure out what is really going on with you. I don't know who's going to be the boys or the girls with the way he cutting up. but I also don't understand why his statement needed so much clarification. And it goes back to the point where if people would just listen, I think we wouldn't have so many conflicts. What he said was very, very clear. But he got a lot of sass, a lot of elevation to his voice, he just got a lot of energy behind his delivery. And I feel like as a man, you got to take that energy out your delivery. So
what did he say? Can you make it clear? Because I was lost. What was the point he was trying to make?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what he said was so simple. He said if he was with a woman, he make about 150 or something like that. He said if he's with a woman and the woman was cool, living off the 150, you know, give or take, he would be cool with that. He said he would love to take care of a woman. That's no issue. He said, however, if the woman is saying, hey, I want this and this and that, and her lifestyle is really adding up to about 250, if he can't get to it, he's saying, I would like her to go get that 100 so we can get 250 if that's where she would like to live, because this is where I'm at right now. He was like,
he gave the long, but y'all missing, he gave the long version in that explanation with her. He didn't give that version when he gave it to the ladies, because when she said it, how he said it, he didn't say, no, you didn't hear that. He started explaining himself, meaning that he gave a shorter version of what he meant. And the way he gave the shorter version was very off-putting to however it is. It was one of those, you going 50-50 or whatever kind of type things. And you'll know when certain men say it a certain way, we get fired up, ladies. Don't even act like we don't. We know a certain group of people that love to trigger us with certain speeches.
Go back, Jay, because I remember hearing it the first time and understanding very clearly what he said. So,
and he also said, if we're not there, you can help me and my business do better to get to 250.
Right. Yeah, now that you refreshed it for me, I remember. I think like I understood conceptually what he was trying to say, but I don't like the way that he kept like drilling his point back home. And you know, like that can be condescending when you keep saying, this is what I wanted you to get the first time. Now, did you get it? This is what I was trying to get you to get. You know, like just continuing to do that when somebody misunderstands you, I think it happens. Like you clarified, you made it clear what you meant. Now let's move on. We don't have to keep relitigating your point and saying the same thing 3 and 4 different times. Like I thought that was a little condescending when he was going about it that way.
But also, he was asking her to contribute. He was asking her to contribute.
Yeah, but under certain circumstances. But if I explain myself right the first time, and I got somebody like Ashanti acting like she don't know what I'm saying, like I'm speaking Chinese, I'm going to be agitated. As a person who's always agitated, I understand why he was agitated. The difference is that I'm not a man. And so I'm not going to be pumping my chest out with my agitation. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is like sometimes people feel like, oh, I communicated it right. Communication is not just about you verbalizing things. It is about you speaking in a manner where your audience that you're speaking to understands what you're saying. And then you also have a job if you're trying to communicate a message in real time, can say, okay, am I making sense? Do you get what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from? Because it's not just about, oh, I said it plain, but is it connecting for that person? So I think like you can't be offended just because somebody misunderstood what you said, because not everybody's it's clear to you and maybe some other people, but everybody didn't walk away with that clear impression.
Facts, Sean, and it's the irony of this conversation right now because Seaway giving him the benefit of the doubt on this whole conversation. The same man that clearly said, yeah, I called her a B and that's how I talk. And, you know, people got to get along with how I talk.
You're such a troll. You're such a troll. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going off my own ears. And I was listening and I understood and I saw Ashanti.
Listen, I understood what he said when he said it or whatever, but however those ladies received it, because granted, we got to take it with a grain of salt still. She's speaking for the collective, but it sounded like many of them didn't understand what he said. So therefore, that must be the way he had said it originally didn't translate to what he is now saying. And I'm with Sean. Okay, now you said it, you cleared it up for me. Okay, I got it. And like she said, I got it right now. But did you get it when I said it like that then? No, that's why I asked.
But Jay, you're like, if somebody was over here playing dumb in your face, you'd be very agitated. I don't think it was just that she didn't understand. I feel like he feels like she was playing dumb. Do y'all get what I'm saying?
But she wasn't playing dumb. He miscommunicated. How he delivered it was not received in the manner that he thought. So she asked a question.
Okay, I have a clarifying question. The first time we hear the conversation on the screen, is that the second time he said it or the first? And it's
second time.
So then there was 3 times it was talked about?
It was talked another time we did not see, because that's why she's asking the clarifying question.
Got it.
First time. And so this is the second time.
Okay, so the time that we see the first time, our first time, was really a second time?
Yeah, that they had this particular conversation. However, he must have said it the first time. She received it something different.
I understand. So it is quite possible that the first time that he did say something to Ashanti, she didn't get it because he didn't explain it well. And then the second time is our first time, and that's where he doing all that pointing, like, I don't get. And then the third time, which is our second time, he's explaining. Okay, I got you. Well, then it's quite possible, like Sean said, that Ashanti just didn't understand whatever the hell he was talking about the first time.
Right, but she wasn't going back and forth with him. So I was like, why all this fire behind it? If she doesn't understand, it's okay. She doesn't understand. But to have so much vim behind it, it was a little too much.
Because the truth is, this is not the first go around that you have been misunderstood and you still haven't realized maybe you are the problem in this situation. Maybe the way that you feel is okay to communicate is just not the best way to communicate. It may be your way, but it might not be the best and effective way when I'm trying to get a message across to somebody else. So maybe I should try a different tactic. Maybe I should learn a different way of communicating. That is okay too. But this all, I just speak like this and stuff like that. We get on women when they sit there and just be like, I'm just blind or whatever. You're rude. And sometimes you're annoying. And just to be doing stuff or just to be saying stuff is just not appropriate all the time. Like, if you want to be understood, make it clear to people, help them understand you. You're not doing you're doing yourself a disservice, and then you're getting mad at the women behind it. Your own faults. Like, she didn't understand it like that the first time. So what you puffing your chest up and you ready to go toe to toe, and she's actually just sitting there trying to diffuse a situation with you, and you're still revving up is wild to me. Unsafe. Unstable creature, because I will not call you a bitch like you like to do to ladies. However, you are an unstable creature, sir, and not a safe space for anybody. Because then I got to figure out, if I come home, do I got to fight the person in my house? Because if you ask me, I'll be up. And if you feel like you can call a woman bees all day long, guess what? If I call you one, you better not come at me no type of way, because that's what you're acting like. Because in this moment, for sure, he was acting like one.
Who gonna be the boys? Who gonna be the girls? Who gonna be the
You know, he could also, because she was trying to say, you know, it was also implied if he 50-50, he could try to assume, oh, do you wish to live at a $300,000 lifestyle? Then that's how you got to bring 150 to the table. I mean, he could look at the conversation at a different angle. What are we talking about? Maybe he should ask some questions rather than just trying to be a headmaster.
See, Perk,
it was too much.
He want to hear you say sassy because you haven't said that in a while.
You think he is?
He wants to hear your sassy apocalypse line. That's what he's gunning for.
I mean,
well, you got to say that right there. That's all you got to say. I mean.
Well, on a positive note, he did take the feedback about the B word, you know.
He got embarrassed. That's all.
Did he though?
He got embarrassed talking about, I got to think about my daughter. What do you mean?
Right.
You didn't think about your daughter when you was calling women bees? You're too old for that. Ain't he in his 40s?
How old is his daughter? A day old? Because you
She's
just
like
like what?
17.
So 17 years later, you got to think about your daughter. Oh, okay.
And you had
Okay.
a mama all your life.
Okay. I'm just saying, we just been hanging out with the girls just a little too much, and we get too comfortable. And sometimes this is okay. You know what? I'm not gonna even blame him. I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt. This is on us, ladies, because we can't stop saying using the B word with each other because they think it's
I
cute.
don't.
Okay.
I don't. I just call people
They think
hoes.
it's cute.
I don't call nobody the B word. I actually don't like that.
Same.
I know
I don't
you
like
don't,
it.
C-Way. I know you don't.
I really
But I'm
don't.
just saying, we doing this, and now some of these men think it's okay.
Look, my bar is really high. I used to not talk to a dude if he used the word female. If you call me a female or call women females, you were cooked in my book just for that. Let alone the B word.
Ooh, I remember so many back and forths on this channel with see.
About the females.
Yes.
I can't
Let a
stand
man
that
get
word.
up here and say female.
That word makes my skin crawl. I'm like, I am not a dog. Why are you saying that? Anywho.
But I don't think Vince has learned. I'm sorry, Sean. I don't think he's learned. I think he's been called out and he's embarrassed. But I don't think he's
the
learned.
thing that women need to understand is that men who talk about women like that often don't like women. And you can take that however you want to take that, but usually men who when they see a woman, especially a woman as beautiful as Lauren is, or like Dominique, and you think to call them the B word, you don't really like women like that. You don't. You can't convince me you do.
You tolerate them.
Yeah, you either tolerate them for their parts, or for some people, not even that. So I don't even know, but I'm not convinced that you like women, because that's just not how men who like women talk about them and speak about them. So that should be a huge red flag. And for Miss I have some feedback for you. She should be mindful of that as well.
Miss Donna. Miss Donna.
Miss Donna, who feels like he's the other side of the coin, that there's so much alike. So is Donna calling the other ladies a B?
I'm sure. The way she be judging everybody, I'm sure she calling the men B's too. Child, listen. Everybody get a B word. You get a B word. You get a B word.
Here, can I address this? I want to address this comment. I don't think Vince is gay. I'm actually glad somebody said this, because I never said he was. But I think women as a collective, we need to be mindful that men not liking women is on a spectrum. They can not like women and be gay, and they can not like women and they simply only like women for their sexual parts. Either way, that is something that you should be mindful of and likely stay away from.
And furthermore, proving C-Way's point of how, and I'm not sure if that person who left the comment is a male or a female, but if they are a woman, how women don't listen. Because clearly she said like women for their part. I mean, yeah, like women for their parts when she originally said this. However, I wasn't listening. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm like, because I know I'm gonna get that comment, so I have to clarify that men who speak about women like this, not liking women, is on a spectrum. But I will say, if you're looking, because people always say I like to put people on the down low, this and that. If women would actually start having more red flags about men who speak about women like that, they would get caught up in less down low situations. People are looking for people to be painting their nails and this and that. That ain't what you need to be looking for. Look for the men who are calling women bees and hoes and have a disdain for women. That is where you should start. Not people who you think are just flamboyant. People be looking at the wrong thing. Again, I ain't speaking on Vince. I don't know what his situation is. I just know very disrespectful.
He's annoying the heck out of the ladies, but he's allowed to stay.
I also think that, to add to C-Way's point, I think it's also about not valuing women. right? Because there are certain men who don't truly value women. Like, and sometimes people hear the word like and they think sexual attraction. No, it means like them, regard them, esteem them, right? If you like women, you care about their opinion, you care about their feelings, you have an overall concern for women. And there are men who just generally don't see women as that. They see them as a resource, somebody to give children, to give pleasure, but not really all the aspects of women. So I think like just it gives context so that people don't walk away thinking everything is an assault on someone's sexuality, but it's about how they move in the world and how they relate to women. And truth be told, C Perk, they don't even like them when it comes to sex. Because if they did, they would deal with them sexually in a very different way. So it is a one-way street, because those same type of men, when they look at intimacy, it is about what they can get out of it. And it's not even about what's pleasure for the woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the satisfaction disparity is so large between men and women. So there's that.
But long as there's women in this world caping for men, calling women bees, there will always be a spot for Vince. And so as long as there are women with their capes on for men like Vince, he will always have a safe space in their bosom. So don't you worry, Sean. There's plenty of those women.
Well, I mean, listen, look, I think it's never a positive thing to be calling anybody a B word, you know what I mean? And I think, it wouldn't be remiss if they had kicked him off. It wouldn't have been something I would have complained about, because, I think calling anybody out their name is ridiculous behavior, man or woman, in that particular space. I'm not going to put it all on him and say, like, he hates women. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I think the context of where it's come from, because it was said amongst the boys, sometimes you're having stupid conversations, you know what I'm saying to you, and you're saying stupid stuff. That doesn't always mean that you hate the opposite sex. Sometimes you're having a moment. Sometimes you're angry. Sometimes you're pissed. I don't know the context of this conversation. I know that he said it amongst the boys. There's no way we're going to, you know what I mean? Like if every private conversation we've ever had got released, there'll be a lot of things that were said about all of us. You know what I mean? So unless I see that again, I'm not trying to cape for him. I'm saying to you, like, I'm just not putting on that he hates women or that he doesn't like women onto him, just onto him like that. Do you know what I mean? I personally, I'm not. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying I personally, I'm not. I'm giving another perspective in that space, because of the context of what was actually being said. It was said amongst other men as a private quarters conversation. You know what I'm saying to you. Now, does he have problems in terms of the way he delivered? I've already said about his delivery and the way he said things. I think it was, you know what I'm saying to you, because some men are hurt. That's what I'm saying. Like there's some people who actually don't like women, and there are some men who are hurt. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying to you? Like it's like a woman saying, "Oh, men are just good for this." It's like you're hurt. That's why you're saying those things. I don't say that you hate men. I just say that the thingy. For me personally, do you know what I'm saying to you? So I'll say, listen, there's an educational aspect in this, that yes, this is something that needs to be checked early door. And if you've been kicked out of the competition, I would have not complained. And they should kick him. You know what I mean?
But Kojo, we've seen problematic behavior from him publicly on our screen.
What was that?
With the reading of the tattoos and then asking her about the previous men in her life with Dominique. Then we also saw him, the way he spoke to Emily and about Emily. We've seen instances.
Sharp.
We've seen instances.
Sharp.
What's that?
What?
That's off behavior. Yeah, I think he's a little bit off the spectrum.
When he was screaming, he was screaming that.
Then a sharp thing. Yeah.
Why he screamed?
Yeah,
He kept
it
saying
was
sharp
yeah.
because when they first got into the class, she told him when we pick up a knife, you sharp. You use the word sharp. However, he's holding the knife and just cutting and keeps saying sharp, sharp.
Oh, that's
Sharp.
right. You know, I blocked out some of that. Yeah, that was very concerning.
Wait, what
And
episode was that?
You're gonna be a great parent. You got the art of blocking out some stuff, baby. You're gonna have a great
So
time.
was that?
This was
When
this
they were in the cooking
episode.
class.
This
Yeah,
episode
when they
in
were
the cooking
cooking.
class.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, why is he spazzing out like that? Like, what's going? I don't know.
Go back.
He might be in the Corey space. Remember Corey from, I don't know if he was Potomac or DC, but with the copy and paste dates, that Corey.
Yeah,
And that
I just
Corey
know. I
too
really do.
was
Like,
problematic.
I'm not trying to be funny or whatever and stuff like that. Like, I pray that he is actually on the spectrum in this case. I actually pray, because if he was just doing that, just to do it, oh my God.
Again, if we go back to the instances we've seen him 8 out of 10 times, we've seen problematic behavior.
I don't think him calling out about the tattoo necessarily was that concerning.
He kept digging at it. He kept digging again. It was, Dominique tried to cut the conversation. He kept going. But I'm not saying, I'm just saying problematic behavior. Vince just goes too far.
Okay. I won't go against that. I won't go against that. Like I said, I'm not going to disagree with you guys. I'm saying I'm going to offer another perspective that it doesn't have to always be that the person hates women. Sometimes people are just hurt. You know what I mean? Like if women say stuff about men, I don't put them on the spectrum of hating men. I just put them on the spectrum of just being hurt. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you're hurt, you can't see anything else. It's like Emily is. Emily, the way she spoke about some of the men, does she hate men? No, she's just hurt. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm just offering another perspective on that as well. So,
And that's possible. I just want to say good night, everybody. Had a great time with you all.
Baby.
It's been a minute since we had our little
Bye,
time.
Jay. Thanks for coming.
Bye, yeah.
Good night, JJ.
Good night.
See you soon, baby girl.
3 hours.
Baby girl.
Baby girl.
Kojo is sitting back tonight. He's trying to give Double a different perspective.
That's the right B word.
I told you it was going to be a lot of benefit.
Yeah,
benefit of the doubt tonight.
He putting on a piece of, that's a piece of a cape. I don't care what you call it. It's a piece of a cape.
It probably is.
It's the benefits of the doubt tonight. It's the benefits
But
of the
that's
doubt.
all right.
Okay?
Like you said, I'm just offering a different perspective, Like how when I get pissed off, I say, this is my opinion. I'm opining. So that's your new thing. I'm offering a different perspective.
That's the wonderfulness of a vantage point.
He let the British accent go crazy when he started adding a different perspective so we could respect it.
You know, because that's like, I don't want to go back and forth with you too. I ain't finna go back and forth with you.
That ain't gonna stop me from going back and forth.
I said what I said. That's what I said.
And what you said, that's what's wrong.
Exactly. He said, if I wanted to say it differently, I would have. I said what I said. It's a different perspective. My channel.
Did you hear me the first time?
That's all. Just different perspective. That's all. Nothing crazy. Definitely.
The beauty of having a vantage point.
Why Easton don't watch Ready to Love, so you ain't got to offer your little piece?
Because he's anti-black.
Exactly.
He's anti-black.
Normally, he's here to help me. He's going to be like, he wants a better balance.
I got to go. Stop,
I got to get my hands dirty. I got to get my hands dirty.
I didn't know Easton was anti-black. I get it.
Easton, if you're watching, I'm just busting your chops.
You see me, Penny. You see me, Penny. I'm struggling to leave now. Y'all stay good.
Now I have to get my
Now we
hands
done called
dirty.
Easton anti-black, so now he gonna be
Not too much on look. Not too much on Easton now.
Oh
Not too
no,
much.
we're gonna see him next Saturday. Easton, I take it all back. It's just jokes. I take it back.
Not too much on my
Remove
Easton.
it from the
You know we
record.
can't
He
start
is
on
not
him.
anti-black.
I'm giving Easton benefit of the doubt. Not too much on my Easton now.
Oh no,
Jay,
you know
gonna
he
have
got
to
a
clip
fan
this out.
club. He got the
Clip this
fan
out.
No, he
club.
do.
That's my
No, he
top
do. They
general
gonna
right
come for
there.
you, Sean. They gonna come for you, Sean. You done messed up with the
Oh
high.
God,
The fan
here we
club go
go. The comment section is gonna be lit up. You guys go too far. You really don't let him speak, and now you're disrespecting him on a panel he's not even on.
Yeah,
Kojo, put a
can't
stop to
believe
Y'all
it.
want to
this.
let him
Hey,
speak?
Sean,
Y'all
They're
out
want
of
to
gonna
let
say,
him
all the
speak?
put a
people,
stop
you
to
know
this,
it's gonna be.
Kojo.
You did it.
You
You
know
did
it's
it to
gonna be
yourselves.
Sean out of all people.
You did
I
it
thought
to
you would have
You
yourselves.
done
know,
better.
Sean,
Y'all did it
this
to
is a
yourselves.
bridge too far. You should know better out of all people.
Kojo, handle your
Insane.
panel.
Y'all,
Handle
y'all,
your
Do
panel.
better. I
y'all
want to
gotta
be on the
balance
panel.
yourself.
I
told
should
you.
be on the. They start nominating themselves.
And then you got
Y'all
L.
did
Smith
it
over
to
here talking
yourselves.
about handle your panel, handle it.
No, that's what the comment will say. The comments will say, "Handle your panel, Kojo."
Oh, it sure
Don't
will.
have them
It'll
They
disrespect
really
Easton.
will.
regulate in a second.
And then tell you how to handle it. First of all, I was mute Sean's mic because he just talking too much. And Jay always got something to say. I just came. And then Seaway.
Ain't Jay?
See,
Jay
wait,
said she
hey,
was
Easton.
leaving 20 minutes ago.
Y'all did it to
Seaway hates
yourselves.
everything and everybody. L said always with some dark arts. I don't even know why. Kojo, you need to get it together. This is the last time I'm watching this. I swear. I'll be back next week.
We did it. We did it to ourselves. You know what I mean? So, y'all
It's the
set
last
high
time I'm watching
standard.
it on
Nah.
November 29th on a Saturday.
Which is actually so funny because I love Easton. That's why I be asking about him. He is not bullied. We love Easton.
Easton love every bit of it. He loves every bit of it. It's crazy work. Y'all just don't know.
That's why there's a spot missing right there for Easton. Don't worry, Easton gonna come back real soon. There's a spot missing from. He gonna fill it up and give us balance. Mm-hmm.
They about to go off on us in the chat for making fun of him.
Don't worry, Easton. I can't wait for you to come back, bro, and give us balance.
Or it could be you doing it on Saturdays because Easton can't make it, just like you did it on Thanksgiving because you knew Sean couldn't make it.
Oh, that is not true at all. I wouldn't definitely do that at all.
Damn. It'll be your own people, Kojo. It'll be your own
It be
people. You see what I'm
it be your
saying?
own, but you know what? I'm taking the lead out of book.
She just tripped you and kept on running, Coach. She just tripped you and kept on running.
I'ma laugh it off and be like, I'm all good.
All right, for real this time, I'm getting out of here. I'm actually leaving before y'all think it's crazy and I'll be here. Bye.
All right, JJ.
Appreciate, babe. Bye, babe. Yeah. Let's talk about Ashley and Ed. Maybe we can be more coherent together on this one, or maybe we won't. Let's see what goes on.
Be in a relationship with somebody before you marry them.
I don't put times on things like that. Like, I was married briefly, but we got a divorce. I mean, we were together, though, since like 15.
Okay, so your high school sweet.
Okay, do we feel like Ashley was being a bit desperate? Because she did kind of tell him as well, like she really, really likes him, and does he like her? Like she had to ask her a question and stuff like that. So I want to know, like, do you think that Ashley was being a little bit desperate with with Ed in this scenario, or do you think she was just being, just trying to find out and see where he's at, just kind of test and see where he's at? What do we think about Ashley and Ed in this scenario? Talk to me. Yes, El Cid. You're shaking your head. Go for it, El Cid.
Ed was not interested at all. He was too nonchalant. Yeah, I don't want to put no timestamp on stuff. Oh, I was married before to my high since we were together since 15. Ed is not interested at all in this young lady. I don't know why he's not interested, but I was annoyed with her just filling in the gaps. It's like someone who can't just sit in silence. It's like she kept talking and talking and talking and talking. It's like, whoa. Give him a moment to gather himself and say something. Like Seaway said, we need to listen. But in order for us to listen, we got to give them room to speak, for us to hear all the foolishness. And that, Ed ain't feeling it. I'm sorry. He is not feeling Ashley at all.
I think Ed, because Felicia said Ed likes Shannon and Nicole. Ed seems to be attracted to a certain level of established I need to go back and look at what baby girl does. Baby girl's an esthetician and a personal trainer. Nothing wrong with those professions at all, but he seems to be very interested. He likes women who, because he also mentioned the Michelle Obama thing. He likes the education. I think the other one, Nicole's a lecturer, right? And so he seems to be into that style. I think it's the profession thing with her. She's also young. As it relates to her, I don't mind her being, trying to be straightforward, but I do need her to read the room a little bit next time, and I hope this is the last time she mentions any type of anything to Ed. Then that's all I can say. I'm not going to really overanalyze and critique this because, they're on a show where they need to be a little bit more forward. So I'm going to let her have it, but, I hope this is the last scene we see it because she's a baddie. 10 out of 10, great personality, beautiful. She got that 90s fine to her. I think she's like a sweet girl. I want her to want somebody that wants her. And Ed seemed like, I don't know if he chasing the bag or he just wants, very intelligent women or what it is. But he doesn't seem interested, and that's fine. He doesn't have to be.
Well, I guess I'm on the fence because I don't know. I need to see more. I'll say he didn't seem overly eager, and I guess selfishly, I like it if a woman lets me know that she likes me, and I'm not the kind of person that, I know there are other people that would, or other men that may take advantage of that, but I'm not. I to me, it just reinforces, okay, there's a mutual connection here, or she likes me, and maybe I like her a little bit, and I'm figuring it out. So, I mean, I don't think she should overdo it, but I do, I think it's cool at this point. It didn't come off super, like she was desperate, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, Sean, that works for women that you like. But when you have women that don't like you doing all that stuff to you, you get the ick.
I mean, I didn't see her overdoing it. Like if she's like, blah 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 blah, like doing the most, then yeah. But to me, it was just like, she was sharing her
But
sentiment.
Sean, she said she told him she liked him several times, and now she actually is asking him, well, do you like me?
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess.
Yeah, you missed that part. And I thought she asked why he didn't call or what's he gonna call, or it was something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah, I'm like,
y'all
girl,
right. Y'all right. That's a bit much.
Respectfully.
I think you're blinded by her
as
beauty
y'all
a little bit.
No, I'm blinded by the fact that I glazed over the last 20 minutes of this episode. So some of the stuff I wasn't fully invested in. There were certain key parts that I definitely was paying attention, and this was one of those. So I take it all back.
Oh, Katie said you only watch Dominique scenes.
Probably. Dominique in that leopard jumpsuit, I was like, girl, Dominique is for the female gaze and the male gaze. She just got it going on.
But yeah, Sean, you missed an integral part of that conversation where I've been telling you I likes you. Do you at least like me a little bit? She acting like Nicole.
Who's Nicole?
Nicole is the one that said, I've been in love with him from afar all these years. I wonder if he's really in love with me too. No, he ain't.
Okay. Yeah, that might be a bit much. Y'all right. We share the same perspective.
You know me mad. You know me mad. You know what I mean?
I just got it. I'm slow.
You know what I mean, mad. I guess obviously bringing it to an end. The last thing obviously is because you guys already discussed the B word, so in that essence. Right person to go, Xavier over Vince, or should it have been Vince? I went. since he did say the B word. Do we think that Vince should have gone in the end over Xavier?
Xavier need to go because he don't listen.
God damn.
Yeah, he need to go. Because there's still people who try to have their capes on for Vince, so he wasn't gonna go home. Donna knows she ain't had nobody, so she had her cape on for him.
I just didn't like the way Dominique sunned him at the beginning of that date. You know, I ordered you an old fashioned because you're an old man. It was just, to me, a little too much. You already knew you were sending him home. Did you really need to dig in like that? Luckily, he likes that drink, but come on now.
I thought that was lighthearted.
Yeah, it could be lighthearted, but the way, and then she tried to reach into the drink. The man, you ordered him the drink, and you gonna reach your hand into the drink, and he had to slap your hand away. I mean, come on. That was a little too much. You're already sending him home. Yes, Xavier should have been the one sent home because, again, he's not open to the process. He got his wall up. You know, I know they're keeping Vince for the drama of it all because they want to flush out this whole B word conversation. I know exactly what they're doing. Xavier, go home, but you don't have to, you know, sun him on the way out.
Well, look, Felicity said reaching for his pretzels, not in the drink.
I understand, but it's still, you know, I understand what she was reaching for.
He is an old soul, child. He gotta leave here with something. At least he left here with some feedback.
That sounds like a chargeback on your credit card.
I'm crying. We didn't talk about how sweet Ashanti and the teacher were, but we don't really need to. That was a boring scene, but it was a beautiful scene. I thought they looked like they really gonna be locked in. They could get married.
They do look like they're going to be locked in. I can't lie to you. I hope so anyway. I hope that that he's able to be consistent, and I hope her fears don't overtake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope that her fears don't overtake, and I hope that he's able to be consistent so that she can actually get to there. But yeah, I'm hoping, praying for them, man, because they do look good. I can't lie. Sorry.
Purge, don't do that. Question. I guess this is more for the L Cid in the comment section. Do we feel like Lauren was being a pick-me for copping pleas in the women's lounge? L Cid?
I think she was trying to flush it out. Is it just you? Again, look at the messenger. It's Christina. Look at the messenger. I'd be like, did anybody else hear that? Or is she just making stuff up? Okay. Oh, y'all heard that? And it was about me? Oh, yeah. Now I'm in the hunting party too. Again, are we going to, is it girl power? We're going to believe everything right away? Or are we going to flush it out? Because Christina already here saying, I clocked me some money from there. I got me $180. For me, it was just the messenger. But even if it wasn't her, the other ladies chimed in. It's like, okay, we all on board. I need more than just one person saying it.
I wonder how all the girls heard it then. Is it because all the boys were pillow talking?
That's my question. That whole scene, first of all, I got to give you own.
Weird.
The way that scene was edited, y'all ate down. It was funny as hell. But the problem is I don't know what came first. What came first? The car? I don't know. I don't know how folks knew, but it seemed like everybody knew.
Everybody but Lauren.
That's what I'm saying. That makes me also feel that's a bit. Why does everybody know that situation but Lauren? I'm not saying it wasn't said. I'm saying let's say I think it definitely was said because they obviously questioned him. he might have said it more than once because they were talking about two different scenarios as well. So, but why is it the girls didn't tell Lauren
till now? And they didn't check him, or nobody did. Anybody check him when he said that? That would be my question.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's probably more to the story. I'm saying that it wasn't just him who probably said it. I'm sure Christina probably joined in and said something too. But it's interesting that all the girls then heard it, and I'm like, where were you guys that you all heard it and Lauren didn't hear it? So you're hearing it from somewhere. Where did you hear this from? Is it a case that you're hearing it from other men, or is it a case that Christina Dunn told you all? Like, we've had this situation before where the girls have said, "Oh, I heard it," and they never heard it. So, like, did they hear it, or did they hear? Do you know what I mean? So it's weird. And the editing also doesn't make it also easier, because they start off by saying, "Yeah, we heard him say the B word, da da da," and then when the old girl pipes up, "Well, it was about you." It's like, oh, okay, wait. Why didn't you guys just start with that? why did we?
This is what I think. Either Christina was actually pillow talking with Vince. That's what I thought at first. But then I started thinking, I don't think she talks to Vince like that, because he wasn't even on the list of people she sought to get money for that little massage. So I'm thinking she must have been pillow talking with Messy Devon or one of these other men.
Or Chris.
Yeah. Or Chris, who said, hey, in the men's lounge, he said X, Y, and Z. That's the only thing that really makes sense to me. And that's why so many women heard it, because they're all hearing it from their individual men that he said that. That is my hypothesis, because that's really the only thing that makes sense.
Oh, well, hopefully they address it next week.
Because there ain't no way that all those women were going to be jumping on a bandwagon from something that they heard from Christina. I just don't believe that.
Right. Christina was not the messenger for them to jump on and say, let's jump on this. But since the other ladies, I think when Lauren did the tally and everybody else, except, Donna probably didn't put in a vote, but everybody else said, hey, we heard it, and he heard it in relation to your name. That was the other thing for me. He wasn't talking about the women in general. He was referring to Lauren. And I wonder if the editing, was he also referring to Emily? Because we know how he felt about her. So again.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, go for it.
Did she mean the traditional definition, the literal one of pillow talking? Because pillow talking occurs when two people are laying in the same bed.
I think she been laying in the bed on the phone. I think she was laying in the bed on the phone.
Because when she just said it so effortlessly, I'm like, do you know what pillow talking is, man? Like, do you mean it in the traditional way?
She was laying in that bed, Sean, on the phone, probably yapping with Devon.
They were phone boning, because that's called phone boning.
And collecting checks, collecting Cash App while we at it.
Yeah.
Because she very comfortably said pillow talking, and that's usually both of our heads is on the pillow.
It could be long distance too, Sean. Okay.
I just want to know. I want to know.
But because do y'all see the way Dominique looked to the right at her and looked back? She wouldn't have been that confident off of something that she heard from Crazy Behind Christina. I know she wouldn't be that confident. I'm thinking the men are all telling there's a snitch in the men's lounge.
There's a few of them.
It must not happen in the men's lounge, because Tommy would have been there. So unless they did it when he wasn't filming, maybe that's what it was. But it must have been a men's conversation, but not in the lounge, because what happens in the lounge stays in the lounge. But obviously, if it's the B word, Tommy sounded like he didn't know. So unless they were doing it when they weren't filming and Tommy weren't there, or this is done with a private men's conversation separately they were having somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has
but
to be.
Then why, Kojo, would the men share it with the other ladies unless it's strategic? I wouldn't be sharing it with the ladies that there's a man here calling y'all a B. I would just check him.
Why not? If you're trying to get rid of him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're using it strategically.
Yeah.
And maybe it's one of those conversations, one of those conversations where it's like, the girl says, oh, like, it looks like Vince and Lauren are kind of getting along. And then the man goes, bro, if you knew what he was saying behind her back, like, it could be one of those moments too. The ones where it's like one of those conversations, you know what I mean? So, in that thing, again, yeah. So there's, like I said, he's definitely said something, that said those words. But they're like I think we're saying is there's multiple angles we need to look at. Why the men were pillow talking, why the ladies also didn't tell Lauren, what's the reason behind it, you know what I mean? If who's really her friend, like if no one told her and left her to it, she would have been embarrassed. Do you know what I'm saying to you in that moment, And I don't think there was anything. I don't think I get it. I understand why she didn't want to necessarily, you know, listen to the girl straight away. You know what I mean? Like it was only Christina that was saying that, and Christina done talked about how she'd been getting people's money. So I can understand why she was like, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. And then obviously, of course, when you have several voices come out, then I can understand why you step back. I think that's fair play. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna believe one guy telling me, "Oh, well, she said this about you." Nigga, win a competition. You know what I mean? Like, how do I know you're not a dark horse trying to lie? So we have to wait and see. I'm sure that there'll be more of this kind of thing will happen because they're just showing us this. I'm sure it probably played a role in future episodes or whatever.
So is that why Donna wants to keep him and it's like, oh, you know, sympathetic because she's like, I didn't hear it from him. Because if people are gonna call Lauren a pick me, then they might as well say the same about Donna.
Well, I guess so. No, I guess so. I guess so. There's just more to the story. But go on,
I think Donna just deciding that she now she has the information and wants to risk it. I mean, you could call her a pick me, but I think that just more gives like, I've heard all the news and I'm gonna go against the grain. Well, that's just a choice at that point. I think the pick me part comes in when, as a woman, your first thing is to go out of your way to defend a man that you have no relationship with. So much so that you didn't even know that he was talking about you. I think I think that's the pick me part. If a woman just wants to be with a bad man, I mean, Donna, that's her choice, I guess.
So automatically, even with no evidence to the contrary, she should believe Christina, is what you're saying?
No, she should do like a lot of those women in the ladies' lounge were doing. They were looking and taking notes. And then they do their own investigation.
But we don't know if they did an investigation. We just know that they got told information from other men. Like if she got told, maybe she wouldn't have reacted the way she did. You know what I'm saying to you? No, like I said, I would never expect a man. I would never expect any. If the men are talking and a man comes out and says, "Bro, that girl was saying that you're a B word behind her back, right? Or saying that you're a little bitch," yeah. And we're in competition, yeah. Unless a couple of a men have come out and said, "Yeah, bro, yeah, she was talking about you, like we clocked it, bro." I'm not gonna expect that man to believe that one man, especially when that one man has been saying things about like, well, I get sex, I get this. The equivalent would be like, I get sex. You know, I've asked women to have sex. If he's got questionable character, it's gonna be hard for the man, that person, gonna be like, okay, yeah, I believe what you're saying. But if then all the girls then come out and say something, if then Lauren says after that, I still don't want to believe after all the girls said something, then I'll be like, okay, yeah. But she didn't have that choice. She didn't get that chance because it was only one person who said something, and then she was like, wait, hold on. Before we do it anywhere, like I want to give him a bit of grace. Then it's like it's about you. Yeah, I want to be honest with you. I think when someone is then said about you, we'd all just kind of look at it differently. Like, okay, let me let me check it now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the issue is not even the question. Did anybody else hear it? I think that question alone would have been, no one would have said anything. It is when you cross into pick me territory is when you start talking about you want to give somebody grace. Because let me tell you, I'm going to scrape both of my knees before I volunteer grace to a man that has not earned it or deserved it. That's when you start getting pick me territory, because look how stupid she looked in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can ask a question. Ask your question. I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying, did anybody else hear it? Then she would have got the answer that she needed to get. But when you start offering grace, that means you're putting yourself now out on a limb to offer grace to somebody. And when you put yourself out on the limb and then all of a sudden now they talking about you, well, you're looking stupid.
Again, but we're in a situation where we like somebody. I think I don't want to put her into the pick me category, because we're in a situation where someone likes somebody, right? In the midst of a competition.
Did she like him, Coach, or are you just adding that? I have a question. Did she say she liked him?
I mean, it seems like she obviously that's the reason why she want to give her grace. I'm guessing they have a connection because they were talking earlier on, right? So we know that obviously the first scene they were laughing, jacking the joke, and then obviously they did the whole chopping up, whatever. So I'm assuming that there's a little bit of a like in there. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of at least try to explore a connection. Do you get me? So when it's obviously someone's saying something, you know, I can understand why a person will be a little bit more hesitant to just jump straight to the, opposite straight to the, oh, I believe you, because the I believe you means that you probably thought this thing about the person already. So this is only confirming what you already thought. But if this is new information that you never really heard from him, like you've never maybe seen him talk that way, and sometimes, like we ladies say sometimes, well, some men don't always show the same energy to that person as they said to you. So you may not have seen it. So it can be that the person can be a little bit more slower to like say, okay, well, let me give a bit of grace first to see, you know, et cetera, see what's going on. And then, you know what I mean? So I can understand it. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I can understand it. You know, whether she's a pick me, it could be. But I'm also seeing that because of the way the information has been disseminated and has come out, it's trickled out, it's a little bit, you know what I mean?
Well, that's even, let me tell you, if she actually called herself liking him or them having a connection and he refers to her that way, this is even sadder than I thought. Then maybe you're not just a pick me. You have, or maybe you're not a pick me at all. You just have horrible judgment. You don't even know who's talking about you. You over here putting yourself out on the line for a man that called you a tall bee. That's even worse, Kojo.
No, but she's still even with all the girls saying something, she should still go and do an investigation. She should still go and do an investigation. She's still going to have a conversation with a person that if she likes him, if she doesn't like him, it doesn't matter, does it? It's no skin off her back, bro. Like she's not going to lose anything. She doesn't have a connection with him. She's not trying to have a connection with him. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But like, you know, I think going into maybe having a conversation, say like, look, I've got this information. I would understand that. You know what I'm saying to you? Because I think we have to be very careful, because what ends up happening is with them people are getting executed without no trial, and then we're saying, oh, we're all for justice, but we're not, because what we're actually really saying is as soon as they said it, because they all said it, it's now done and dusted. But there can't be an execution without the trial. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like there should be a little bit of a process. You know what I'm saying to you? So I can understand if somebody at first is like, oh, like I want to give them grace or whatever, or I want to understand what's going on. I can understand that. You know what I mean?
Well, Kojo, that's what makes the world go round. So for all the women who like to stick their neck out for men that they don't really know, they can continue to do so. And then I think the rest of the women who have learned their lesson not to do that will not do that, and they will never be in the position to look stupid. So, but for the women who want to do that and they want to give these people their investigations out loud, because mind you can still do your investigation not out loud though. Because if I would have been there, I ain't convinced or not convinced. I'm going to do my investigation on my own. But I'm not going to be doing what she's doing. But, you know, it all worked out. She actually found out that he was talking about her. So it worked out in the end.
And I'm sure production going to put them together in the future to have that conversation. That's why he was saved.
Hopefully they do.
And now Donna done told him the whole angle, so he knows it's coming.
And then look, Donna gonna be the bee tomorrow. Donna gonna be the next bee.
First, I would assume first was Emily. Now Lauren got catching it, and somebody else gonna be next.
This reminds me of the women who be married and get online and talk about their husband would never cheat. I put these women in the same category. Just enjoy your husband. Don't get online and talk about what he would never do, because you don't know.
But I just watched it again. Christine said it first, and then she said, "Did anybody hear?" So where's the pick me part? Because she actually asked for verification, and the girls then said it. This is what happened. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, if one person says it,
then she says, "I want to just give him the benefit of the doubt."
Yeah, but that's in the same sentence of her saying,
right?
Because I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then, did anybody say it? Did anybody hear it? Then the girls also then said, "Yes, we all heard it." Then she has to now keep quiet. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think that's the part that people. I think that's the part that people, including myself, feel like she could have left out. She could have just asked, "Did anybody hear it?" To make sure that he wasn't being persecuted for no reason.
Because she added, "I want to give him grace."
Yeah, when you start adding stuff like that is why she looks silly. She don't look silly because she asked a question. She looks silly for her statement. I think that's the part that people keep convoluting. Her asking the question is not the problem. It's her next statement saying, because I just want to give him grace. Because that is insinuating now that the speaker who's telling you what they know may have either misinformation or is not telling the truth. So now you have officially stuck your neck out. You're not sticking your neck out by asking a question. You're sticking your neck out by saying you want to give somebody grace. It's really very simple. She could have just asked the question.
But isn't asking the question also questioning Christina and the validity of the claim?
Asking the question is just getting your source. You're trying to gather more information. Saying that you want to give them grace is now a statement.
Yeah, because she hadn't heard the other girl's thought process first. So the person who's saying it is questionable. That's the whole point. The person who said it is questionable. So we can also look at it from another perspective. That's what I'm saying to you. Rather than saying just pick me, we can look at it from the perspective of she's already. The reason why she's probably saying that is because she's questioning, like you just said, she's questioning the source of this person and whether this person actually heard it correctly. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I think in that statement and all in that one, because she said it in that first part. She doesn't say anything. Once the ladies jump in and say, we heard it, and then the girls and said, actually it was said about you, she doesn't say anything else. There's nothing else that she says after that point. Do you get what I'm saying? She kind of just keeps quiet and then, said, okay, cool.
Well, wouldn't you keep quiet if you stuck your neck out and now you feel like you look silly? Wouldn't you be quiet too?
But you would have never known. You'd have never known, because again, the whole point is that the person is saying this again. The person is saying that this person has said something, but the person who's saying it is questionable. So it's like let's say for instance, let's say this is someone who's object. Let's say Dominique has said, I had a conversation with Vince, maybe Vince because they already had a bit of a history, but maybe someone else. But yeah, let's say, and then says obviously no, I've had a pillow talking. We don't question it as much because she hasn't come out with salacious comments about how the men behave. The person who's talking is talking about salacious things about men. So the person who's hearing it is now questioning that aspect. And also because the whole group, and I can almost guarantee this, if all the girls hadn't heard it, would they have all had the same reaction? We don't know. Because all the girls had heard it from the other men. And Lauren's the only one who did not hear it. So the actual embarrassment actually comes from the fact that the girls did not stick together as girls. Because if the girls were doing girl code, they should have actually called her up and said, listen, babe, this man is doing this to you.
I find it interesting as well. Would the girls have chimed in if Lauren did not ask the question? Would they have co-signed that they heard it too if she didn't ask the question?
I think most women, and this may not be something that people agree with, if a woman says something like that, we are taught to believe each other and to believe women. So I don't think the women felt like they needed to do all that chiming in because we believe women. I believe women.
So at the end of the day, on the ledge.
I'm not saying that she is the best source. I think we're messing this all up. And now I don't want to keep pissing around the drain. What I will say is that I'm not saying Christina is the best source. I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to question the source. But when you go one step further, in my opinion, by offering grace to someone that now has made you look stupid, you run the risk of looking like a pick-me. I am not going to rule out that she maybe had other reasons for asking. I am not saying that pick-me is the only reason why she was asking. So if you want me to concede that, I'll concede it. Pick-me may not be the only reason why she asked that question. Pick-me may not be the only reason why she gave grace. But I'm saying when you stick your neck out, you run the risk of looking like that. And that's the best I can do with this debate. She ran the risk of looking like that, and you run the risk of looking silly. But I will leave it at all's well that ends well. Her question and her grace giving led her to figure out that man called her a beast. So it worked out anyway.
Listen, I hear you. You know what I mean? But see, I only said that because you ended on an open statement. You didn't start that way. You started on that she is a pick me. So it's like that's why I was questioning. Like
that's not how I
how,
started. I said I actually opened this up to say, do you believe that she's a pick me? That's how I started it. Actually, I didn't call her a pick me. I said, do you believe? Who in the chat? I said El Cid, and in the chat, who believes that she was a pick me for the statement, because that was the debate that was all over the Instagram. Now, you know, I have my opinions about it. I think he gave pick me vibes, but I just also think you look silly as a woman, especially at her age, putting your neck out for men, whether you're in a competition or not, because as women, we know better. You should know better.
Fair play. Okay. Well, listen, we have reached the end of a good, deep conversation today. And we've had some interesting debates and different points of views and seeing certain things from different perspectives as well. And that's what we love about, talking about relationships, because everything's about perception and the way that we perceive things as well. So, but let me let Sean do what Sean do best.
Is Sean even
if
here?
he's still there. I even forgot Sean was even here. So my bad. We've been chopping up. Sean, you there?
He said this is women's business. He was not getting involved in this, man.
Yeah, he said he doesn't get involved.
Yeah, I chose like Bello did with Christina in that monetary request text. I chose to just remain silent.
Hey, as for me, I'm gonna get involved in women's business if it pays my bills. Okay, I'm gonna get involved.
And that's why I just I shut my mouth, and held my peace.
Coach just said women's business, men's business is all of our business. We finna
It's his business.
It's all business at the end of the day.
It goes to his bank account.
Okay.
That's what makes a great TV.
Ain't no gender to that.
He said, "I like my money green."
Period.
So, I don't know if I have a whole lot of benedicting to do, but what I will say is I think what we did learn is a little thing about communication is it's not just for you, it is for the party the party or parties you're communicating to. So, a lesson learned is a best practice around communication is not just feeling as though you're making your points clear and plain, but that the person or the persons to whom you're speaking also understand. And to not take offense if there is a misunderstanding, because the best path to clearing up miscommunication is clearer and better communication. So, hey, I would also say choose your words, choose your words. If you are looking to be ready to love, choose your words. Vince, choose your words. How you refer to people, how you talk about them speaks more about you than it does about them. So if you use words that are not kind to describe somebody, that speaks about you and not about them. So choose your words. Words are powerful. Words are important. They should be respectful. Also, another lesson is, if you're going to be doling out advice, be willing to take it. If you're going to give advice, Donna, and tell somebody how to do something better, be as equally and open to receiving and also sharing what you've learned. Very, very important around relationships. Xavier, brother, this just ready to love doesn't seem to be the process for you, but maybe there was a lesson. I hope that at some point we all look back on the things that worked out in our lives, whether well or didn't work out well, and see what the lesson is, because there's lessons, and as the church folks say, there's no testimony without a test. Back to you, Coach.
Amen.
Hallelujah. My boy always coming through with the prayers and the sermons and the benediction in one. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Well, listen, the audience, it's been a good chop up. You know what I mean? Old school 4 hours, baby. Okay. But I appreciate the panelists, Seaway, Sean, El Cid. But before we go anywhere, let me let El Cid and Seaway just promote themselves as well on here. Seaway, anything going on at the moment? I know you're obviously on TikTok and you're killing it. I know you come onto YouTube as well, so let them know where they can find you and what you're doing at the moment as well.
Just find me on TikTok and Instagram at It's Seaways World Esquire. It's the handle on here, It's Seaways World Esquire, for all your sports and kind of modern pop culture things. That's where I will be.
Elsid?
And I'm Elsid932. I'm here on YouTube. I just did a live earlier about all the Love is Blinds internationally. Starting Monday, I'll be covering Love is Blind Italy. But tomorrow, I also have 2 segments I created called Unsolicited Advice, where we give advice to the internet from stories that I pull. And I have Elsid Unscripted, where the folks in the chat say what we're going to talk about for that day with a year in music and trivia, and that's usually Friday at 5 p.m. But I have a lot of other shows, and if you don't know if you want to watch a show yet, I have several shorts. If you're not sure you want to watch All's Fair or any other Love is Blind or Ready to Love, I have clips with a little bit of commentary in my shorts to give you a teaser of the show. But I am here usually at 5 p.m. EST. But Love is Blind Italy starts on Monday.
And Elsid is also over 1,000 subscribers, I noticed the other day. So I don't know if you announced it here, but I was so excited to see that.
Yes, and I have a messy member Monday. My members and I, we get real messy. We have over 18 grown folk conversations that cannot be happening out on the YouTube streets. But yes, I am over 1,000 subscribers, and the members, we even have watch parties together. So I have a few members in the chat right now, but we do watch parties, and we watched last week. We watched Eddie Murphy's documentary together in a chat room, and we had a good old time.
Congrats, Elsid. You've been putting in a lot of work.
Well, listen, audience, it's been amazing. It's been fun. It's been wonderful. We've had a good time tonight, and we've enjoyed. Shout out to Zinzi Williams 105 also becoming a member. We appreciate you heavy around here. So shout out to you to also joining the membership as well. Well, listen, tomorrow night we're gonna have a special live for you guys. Yes, you know, the streets need to have me back on them. Not in the way that I used to, okay? I've changed, guys. I've changed. But I decided, you know what? I'd reach out to a few people to have a conversation. And so one of them bit back, you know? So shout out to the Married at First Sight people then, you know? How you think you're going to be interested in this conversation, you know? You see, Burning Man can't just be, you know, observed. We must get full-on experience from people that have actually gone to the Burning Man.
Oh no!
In that marriage, you know what I mean?
Lord of mercy.
Yeah. We gonna get him on to have a conversation. So tomorrow night at 5 p.m. EST, myself and Burning Man himself is going to be talking to us about his marriage and Married at First Sight experience. So,
is this Tyler?
I wish it was too. Maybe we can get Tyler one day.
No, this is Maths, Seaway. This is Maths.
Yes.
The most recent season of Maths, Seaway. What is this? Is it Jared? Is his name Jared? I forget his name.
No.
What's the guy's name? He was married to Jalen. That's right. Right.
Big boy Josh.
There you go. I have my J right. That's huge, Coach. Excellent. Look at that.
Yes, look at God. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
he's got a lot to say.
Okay, well, we'll be listening with a side eye.
I gotta give him a little grace. Okay, all right.
We know you have to give him all the grace, so we don't expect you to be, you know, dogmatic about it. So we'll definitely be supportive.
But we'll definitely ask some hard questions because, you know, some things weren't all the way clear. So we got to ask some hard questions. But yeah. All right. Well, listen, audience, thank you. So tomorrow night we are in the chat. I say in the chat, in the cut, and we'll be having Married at First Sight live 5 p.m. EST. And then we're back on No, we're not. I was going to go back on Tuesday, but we don't have Married at First Sight, so it's done. That's me. I'll obviously drop some more lives in a week, potentially. I still haven't done a Danish thingy, and it's long for me. The Danish, whatever, trickster, whatever his name is.
Danish Deception.
That's it, Danish Deception. He's now tricking in Mexico, so tricks won't stop.
And he tricked in China.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and he's choosing certain gal out here, cuz so.
Danish Deception, like the Tinder swindlers, like a new version of that.
Yes.
Yeah,
we'll tell you in a
better. But better. Audience, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Listen, it's sad that we got.
Oh my God.
It is always sad when we've got to leave you. If Tyrese ever sees the fact that I played that on this thing, I'm sure he'll have a fit, and I don't want it. But look, we don't